Engage with the world, engage with the world. Engage with the world, engage with the world. Engage with the world, engage with the world. I'm no one, I'm no one. 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 Engage with the world, engage with the world. 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 I'm no one, I'm no one. I'm no one, I'm no one. I'm no one, I'm no one. I'm no one, I'm nobody. Let your monster shine down. Let your mercy shine down on me. Oh, let your mercy shine down on me. Oh, let your mercy shine down on me. Atmosphere feels like a saw blade shearing. Imagine that cold blade ceiling, like a dentist drilling. That I don't like hearing. Atmosphere feels like a saw blade shearing. Imagine that cold blade ceiling, like a dentist drilling. That I don't like hearing. My life belongs to you. My life belongs to you. Tony, I'm in a Zoom meeting. Don't yell any slurs. Well, this is the broccoli episode, so I don't know. No promises. This is the broccoli episode, so no promises. It's broccoli time, people. I'm green for broccoli. I'm green for broccoli. I've always said it. If you thought I had no show on Tuesday, you have no idea what's coming. I'm about to make Tuesday look like Monday and Thursday look like snooze day. I'm about to make Tuesday look like snooze day. Yeah, this is the best show ever. My head hurts. You guys can just go. You guys, it's fine. I understand. You know? Who am I, right? Huh? Tell me. Tell me. Tell me, I need to know. I know you must be scared, and that it's lonely in your head. And I wish I could be in there with you. But I know the moment I do, it'll change again. We'll always be strangers in the end. But now Godzilla's come to town, and all that you were has slipped behind the clouds. You left so many things for me to doubt. They ring as clearly as if coming from your mouth. That's why I won't stop till I know the reason you're not around. Dang, dang, dang. I don't know where you're gone this time, but I am gonna find you. Know you're in trouble, can't say why, but when I'm giving up, didn't I hear you out the walls, but I setting up where they stand all day long defending her. For a song, if so, then we'll give it to them. Know what I'm saying? I'm advancing the retinue. No mercy, no escape. I'm done playing these games with you. I'm circling back today to see it done. us? Is it hell on earth? Is it Ragnarok? Can I still find someone who loves us? Have we all been turned into animals? No mercy, no escape. I'm burning like it's haters. I know we'll see the day. The time has come now. Godzilla's come to town. I know that you were a ship behind the cloud. Without you, I had to figure everything out. And I did. They devote themselves to telling you you're wrong. Hating you is a moral obligation. If you're not angry like us, then you're part of the problem. The hate of you is justified. They don't understand the nature of this ride. This is not just opinions. They need you to justify their lives. Stand the ground to say nothing at all. They will find a way to blame you for their fault. You are just a prop to us. We will make you learn to play along. I just feel like I can't say enough. There's so much to say. They're succumbing to evil cause the truth has gone away. They clung to ideologies that send them to their grave. They scoff at us for reaching out, telling them to be safe.
Safe from what? I'm not wrong and I'm not right. I'm free to do what I want. There's no right or wrong, just luck. I'm a victim of the system. I'm allowed to be a punk. I'm excused from open shut. Everything's deliberated. Nothing's ever adding up. I detest your empty tomb. I revile what you say. I laugh at your holy books, which say I am but a slave to the whims of my own sin, which pours from my fallen heart. I refuse to take the blame. All I am is Yahweh's fault.
Name call, 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 name call to stop.
Listen to what the good book says. Instead of acting like Bill Gates is gonna answer prayers, Bill Nye the science guys telling you there are more genders and planets in the sky. And I don't understand why you would listen to this guy. Yes I do. You do it because it's cool. You do it because it's easier than following the truth for now, but eventually you'll have to pay your dues. Hades is coming for you. Are you gonna move?
Move from what? You a superstitious nut. You just mad you ain't like us. You a bum. You know you lucky I don't beat you like a punk. Everything you say's a joke. Just a boomer trying to cope. Get advice when some old screw up. Why don't you go advise a rope? I won't ever be like you, even though you were like me. Hold up, what did I just say?
Yo, I'll tell you that for free. That's the first true thing you said. See, they want you cold and dead. Every image of success they sell you comes from Satan, kid.
Look at me, I'm taking drugs. Look at me, I'm being bad. Look at me, I get in fights. Look at me, I hate my dad. Look at me, I'm having sex. Marriage, LOL, I'm dead. This is normal, this is what it means to be successful, kid. Won't you come to all my shows? Won't you take some random drug? Fireworks and UFOs, you can't breathe, that's cool with us. Did you die inside the crowd? Are you bleeding from the mouth? Little homie, that's on you. Y'all know what y'all came to do.
Super chatted $2 first.
That's true. And that's what I've been figuring out. So I decided to look into Charlie Kirk yesterday. The whole thing that happened with him. I don't know if you know this, but he got shot. Presumably shot in the neck by a lib with a 30-06, which tends to explode than whatever it hits on impact, or at least make an exit wound, but it didn't. And then there was a Jewish Zionist who immediately ran around and said, "It was me, kill me, it was me, shoot me, I did it, I shot him, shoot me." Who just happened to also be one of the first eyewitnesses at 9/11 to be interviewed. And despite being on the ground level, was one of the first people to say it was Al-Qaeda. It was a Jewish guy at 9/11. One of the first people interviewed says it's Al-Qaeda. Just happens to be at this exact place where Charlie Kirk got shot, screaming that it was him and trying to provide distraction or something like that for him. I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure it was just a leftist, right? Because if you don't think it's a leftist, then you're like a Candace Owens retard. And you're stupid. And we are judging you. Oh, you think that maybe the FBI narrative of what happened here isn't what happened? You're stupid and we're judging you. Very stupid. The doctor says it's a miracle. It's a freaking miracle that there's no exit wound and it didn't explode his neck. What kind of doctor calls that a miracle? Guy died in front of everybody. Well, he was talking about the 30-06. Just doesn't usually go that way. But if you idiots think that Israel was behind this, you are stupid. And I want you to know that. You're a stupid moron, Candace Owens watching retard loser who sucks. And I need you to know that. I need you to understand that. Because no one in the government would ever lie. And Israel does not do things and blame it on other people. It's against their nature. The Jews are a very honest people. What's Mossad's phrase again? Hold on, let me just double check. By way of deception? What is it? By way of deception? Oh. I'm sure that's nothing. The Jews are very honest people. They're known for their freaking honesty. You Jewsburg? You're a Jewsburg, by the way. You're a Jewsburg Candace Owens watching retard. I want you to accept and understand that. If you don't take the state narrative on what happened, I need you to know that you're a retarded Jewsburg loser idiot, weirdo dummy. Do you understand? You understand what I'm saying to you? I'll tell you one thing, it wasn't Israel. It's a sin to be a sucker in Israel. A friar, in Israeli eyes, is a shopper who waits in line to pay retail. It is a driver who searches for legal parking rather than pulling onto the sidewalk with the other cars. And if he does this in a rush to file a tax return, he is the consummate friar. In short, a friar is anyone who cedes ground, plays completely by the rules, or allows someone to get the better of him. The ideal Israeli is clever and tough, and a friar is the opposite, a pushover, in the way that Israelis often perceive Americans to be. Are you stupid? Welcome to my seminar. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid Jewsburg? Are you a stupid Jewsburg anti-Zionist who blames Israel for Charlie Kirk's death? I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. You're dumb, and you need help. Because it wasn't them. It was a leftist. And there was no hidden hand guiding the event. And no, the college grounds aren't shaped like a menorah. They're shaped like, I don't know. The point is, don't get caught in the details. That steers you from the main thing, left versus right. And you need to you need to accept that wholesale. Accept left versus right. You understand? Because that's all this is. This is a battle between left, the direction, and right, the direction. And if you think that there's some hidden hand behind any of the events that have happened since 1947, you're a freaking idiot. You're a freaking moron. You're a dumb Juiceberg. And you need to be made fun of, and you need to be corrected. And you need to be publicly shamed, and we're going to do struggle sessions. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm trying to tell you that you're dumb. This is the broccoli episode, and I'm here to tell you that you're stupid. Now let's watch something that is meaningless and stupid and spurgy.
Here we go. Who are you?
Together. You morons.
Today we're going to be diving into everything I could get my hands on and find about this situation with Erica Kirk. From the foothills of Romania to the fentanyl-laden streets of New York and everything in between. Because Erica Kirk is a very unique individual. Her name is echoing around the world, and yet no one knows her full story. Her husband was one of the most powerful men in politics, leading a huge portion of the youth, yet no one knows when his wife was speaking into his ear, and it would seem quite a bit. She is such a ball of hypocrisy and paradoxes and strange connections that I wager no one knows the answer to the most basic of questions about her. That being, who is Erica Kirk? So in this series, we're going to seek to find the answer to that question. And trust me, I would not have expected that the most basic question possible was going to take us so many episodes to get to. And I most certainly did not expect that it would leave me wondering if Charlie really was a contemporary Truman Burbank.
This guy is obviously a Candace Owens watcher. A Candace Owens stupid idiot. So, just, watch with caution. All of the research here that this man does, Coop, by the way, subscribe to him if you too are some sort of weird idiot who's dumb and retarded and bad and dumb and stupid and operating solely off of vibes because you're a Juiceberg, then subscribe to Coop.
Tell me what's happening! You're part of this, aren't you?
With someone like Erica Kirk, who is both a liar and a chameleon, it can be very hard to nail down the facts about her. From the years of 0 until her mid to late teens, very little is known about her, but we are going to go over the basic facts. We can ask her.
This is not the deep dive. This is the broccoli episode. The deep dive? I have not yet begun to dive. I have not yet reached the top of the diving board. This is the broccoli episode. This is the episode where I let you know how dumb you are for thinking that Israel is connected to Charlie Kirk's death.
Before moving ahead. On November 20th of 1988, she was born to Lori and Kent Francevy in Ohio. Her parents would divorce not too long after Erica was born, some stating within the same month that she was born, which is odd. After this, Erica lived with her mother, Lori, in Scottsdale, Arizona, and at the age of 17, Erica began a nonprofit named Everyday Heroes Like You, meant to serve orphans domestic and abroad, an organization that has since gained quite the infamous reputation we shall touch on as we continue. Other than that, we know that after high school, Erica attended Regis University in Denver, Colorado for some 2 years, playing both basketball and volleyball there, prior to making a return trip to Arizona, eventually graduating from Arizona State University. and she graduated with a degree in political science and international relations. During her last year or so of school, Erica, despite no confirmable experience in the pageant world, decided to take a swing at pageantry, entering the Miss USA circuit. Erica competed in 2010, taking the runner-up place, and in 2011 winning Miss Arizona, which then allowed her to compete further on. More will be spoken on all of this later, because it's not only really bizarre, but we found some new stuff that makes it even stranger. But as of now, these are just the facts as they stand. From that point on, Erica spent some 5 odd years living in New York, allegedly dating no one, which is a lie that we will also touch on. And during this time though, she was building a clothing brand named Proclaim and having a devotional podcast named Midweek Rise Up. In 2018, she begins dating Charlie Kirk, and in 2020 they're engaged, and in 2021 they get married. Allegedly they have 2 children as well, and that as it stands is the very basic level about Erica Kirk.
This is the video I was talking about last night.
In her timeline, so now we can go on and add some color and really get into the interesting bits of information. Firstly, Everyday Heroes, the organization which
It has nothing to do with Israel, you Jewspergs. I just want, look, I don't want to give anybody the wrong idea here. My opinion is the government's opinion. And I think this is a very silly video.
Erica supposedly started to help children. It has been a jumping off point for many, calling into question who Erica Kirk actually is, and understandably so, as we shall see. And I'm sure if you've done any research on Erica Kirk, you've probably heard of this. However, during research, I found some stuff I don't think I've seen anyone else talk about. So let's get into it. Firstly, raise your hand if you've started a nonprofit. Okay, what about one for orphans? And then what about one for orphans in foreign countries? And then on top of that, you did it at the age of 17. Okay, so now that no one's hand is left in the air, I'm gonna be the bad guy for the first of many times in this video and say, I don't think that this story is 100% true as to how it happened. I do believe the nonprofit is real. I just don't believe it was solely Erica Kirk and the goal of helping.
What a Jew spurg. This guy's such a freaking spurg, dude. We're judging him.
At super chatted $2, isn't that Amber Heard?
I don't know. What's that? Who's that? I don't really know who that is. Here's your sound. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. What is this new noise? What is this new noise? Just a dink all of a sudden. What's this cool dink that I hate? I have a splitting headache.
Orphans. And that's not too hard to get behind, because if we look into Everyday Heroes, they have a program known as Romanian Angels. Romanian Angels was a group of Americans who went over to Romania to help children in orphanages over there, giving them things like Christmas presents and clothing and some essentials.
Exactly, Ninja Spades. See, Ninja Spades got the right idea. The rest of you are freaking so dumb and bad and retarded and low tier. Because there's not enough evidence for you to think that Israel is connected to Charlie Kirk's shootings. I don't know how many people have to say this to you. And like, honestly, just think about how silly you look. You look like Candace Owens. What happened to Charlie Kirk, and I hate to reiterate myself, but what happened to Charlie Kirk was a leftist killed him with a .30-06 that created no exit wound and caused no massive damage, massive visible damage. And then a Jewish Zionist screamed in the crowd, "It was me, I shot him. Now shoot me." And that same Jewish Zionist happened to be at ground level and one of the first people interviewed at 9/11 and immediately said it was Al-Qaeda. And that's not weird. And it's not weird that multiple big name donors pulled out from TPUSA just weeks before Charlie Kirk got shot. That's not weird. And it's not weird that we have a bunch of videos of Charlie Kirk saying that Israel is a problem and kind of going off script all throughout 2025 up until the day he got shot. That's not weird, and that's nothing to look into. Because Israel doesn't attack America because it's our ally, and Israel doesn't create false flag events, and it wasn't behind 9/11, and it wasn't behind JFK. And I'm just here to set the record straight, because you guys are just spurgs. You guys are Jew spurgs, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of you spurging out in front of everyone and making fools of yourselves. Ninja of Spades is right. Zero evidence. You understand?
But if you're Romanian or aware of Romania and American relations, you might know that Romanians aren't really comfortable with Americans in foreign assistance.
What are these noises?
Because it hasn't gone well in the past.
That's going to make me freaking nuts, though. That's going to make me nuts. I can't take that noise. I can't deal with that noise. That's all circumstantial. Yeah, exactly. Ninja of Spades is right. Ninja of Spades is right. That's why we like him. Because he's honest. And he just sees things for what they are. While the rest of us get lost in the sauce, we get lost in all the strangeness surrounding the situation. He says, "Dude, the FBI said it was this guy. And the FBI is a trustworthy organization, and we are run by a government that we can trust and that isn't compromised and doesn't lie to its citizens." That's my wholesale response. That's it in a nutshell. Get back to left versus right. All right? It's left versus right. You idiots. I don't care, man. I don't care. There's a satanic fog covering the globe, and there's things happening all around you that you can't comprehend. Honestly, I would prefer to think like you. I wish I could think like you. It would be so easy. It actually wouldn't be easy. It would be like having to literally, I'd have to turn off my mind. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it, Ninja of Spades. I don't know. I wish I could. I don't know how. But I wish I could. I wish I could pretend that it's all exactly what they tell me it is. How easy would my life be if it was all exactly what they tell me it is? Oh gosh, I'd be frolicking in a dang meadow. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be a Republican. I'd be a straight up Republican, dude. These freaking libs. None of it orchestrated. No hidden hand. No shadow elites. Just a bunch of coincidences. Just an endless series of coincidences all around you. That's my problem. My problem is me noticing coincidences. I wish I could be smart like you guys. I wish I could be smart and not notice coincidences. I wish I could be smart and not notice the relationships between multiple factors and come to conclusions based on repeated evidence. I wish I could be smart and not do that because it's not serving me. I'll tell you what, it's not serving me. It's not serving me. It does me no good. I could be Jimmy Fallon. I could have my own talk show. But instead, I'm out here with whatever, what is it? Critical thinking. And it's really getting in the way of the things I could be doing with my life. It's really getting in the way of my worldly gains. It's really getting in the way of me gaining the whole world. Stupid, 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 stupid. Why can't you just shut up, brain? Why can't you just shut up? You make it so hard for me. You make it so hard for me in this world. Why can't you just shut up? Budweiser's cool now because Shane Gillis drinks it. Why can't you just go to a sports bar? There's 100 TVs on with different games playing. Stupid, 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 stupid. It's Republican versus Democrat, you stupid moron. Ah! Why are you doing this? Last night, we had the canon of St. Andrew. And the whole canon is you addressing your soul. The whole canon is you addressing your soul. And saying, look at what you do. Look at how little you've done with the gift of life that God's given you. Look at how you've squandered it all. Oh, my soul. Look at what you've done. And today, it's look at you, brain. Look at you, brain. Look how stupid you are. Look at how hard it is for you to live in the world because you're just just thinking. It's the broccoli episode. I'm broccoli colored.
In a region located in the southeast of Romania, which also happens to be close to where this orphanage is located. There's an American military base. It's technically NATO, but let's be honest, we foot the bill for the whole squad. And the base is named Mikhail, or however you say this word in Romanian, and it's been embroiled in controversy for many years. In fact, since its inception, it's had a terrible reputation with the locals, with involvement in crimes from drugs and weapons trafficking to things that are even worse, like human and child trafficking. Most specifically, the trafficking of local Romanian children for their usage in an on-base brothel where high-ranking military officials and other wealthy folks will go and do the most deplorable things to kids. Some of these children having been sold to the base, some of them having been stolen from the surrounding areas. This long history of this behavior came to a head when a former translator at the base named Anna Maria Nuciu came out and said that the man in charge of the base, Colonel Otto Buscher, had been in charge of stealing and selling these kids and pricing them and arranging some interactions, we'll call them. And we know this because
Ninja Spades is totally right. You don't want to be freaking getting caught up on a wild goose chase, you know? That's why it's so important to not care about the Epstein files. Trump's been telling you, don't care about them. All of Congress voted to not show you them. And now they're being retracted now that we have a different thing to look at called the Iran war, which is going to end the world. and he's got a great point. He's spending too much time focusing on the wrong things. Honestly, thank you, Ninja of Spades. Your wisdom is boundless.
she gathered a series of messages and even a DVD, all of which have been taken except for a couple screenshots. But all this information was acquired, and it discussed the things like the prices of children and places for them to be and apartments where they were going to meet for these behaviors. Yeah, awful.
This government is the one that I'm telling that we should trust. The one that they're talking about right now, you know, the U.S. one. That's the one you should trust.
Stuff like that. And the way Anna got a hold of this information is because a computer came into her possession when hers stopped working, and the previous owner for whom she was borrowing it from was evidently kind of a troglodyte, it would seem, and he didn't delete the evidence that was on there, and it was sitting in word processors and emails on the computer, as well as other repositories. Literally all she had to do was open it up, and she was like, oh my goodness, they're selling kids. It's undeniable that it's happened, and it's also been covered up. And we know that it's been covered up because we have almost none of the materials except for these couple of screenshots that Anna managed to get. How Erica Kirk and her ministry is related to this, though, I'm going to make a long story as short as possible. The orphanage Erica was working with was in a very similar region to where the military base is located, and in addition to that, more incriminatingly, Erica's nonprofit released a YouTube video, and I'm going to play a segment of it on screen for you guys, and obviously the audio has been removed for copyright reasons.
And these are my little angels from Antonio Placement Center in Constanța, Romania. Our goal with the Romanian Angels Project was to show these children the true American heart during the holiday season. And what better way to do that than having our United States military personally deliver the gifts?
Seems relatively normal, besides the weird voiceover that I hope I was able to show you guys. But what's undeniable is that to make an event like this possible would require some serious connections. And so Erica goes on to thank some of the people involved in making this orphanage and American assistance connection work, and references one specific man by the name of Colonel Otto Buscher, the third to be precise. Busher is about as rotten as they come. He was mentioned previously as the one that this translator called out very specifically as being in charge and being the ringleader for this child trafficking and trafficking ring. And this would then mean that Erica's organization was in direct contact with a fellow who is being accused by countless children and Romanians as being involved in these illicit operations involving children. And make no mistake, we aren't talking about some people who feel this way about the American military. What we gather is that a ton of the Romanians in this region, in fact, possibly even the majority of Romanians feel this way, that the Americans have an awful presence there, that they do terrible things to the children, and that they are a part of these trafficking rings. That's kind of
This government, this is the one that I'm telling you to trust, by the way. Okay? I want to be clear. This is the one I want you to trust.
of the public sentiment over there. Granted, these are poor areas, so it's a little bit hard to get the most recent information. And if this seems outlandish to you, Romania is by no means the only country reporting these things. Just research the company on screen now. They know all about this.
Should we? How do I research something anymore and not get, how do you research something and not get lied to now? Here's what I'll do. I'll go on Twitter. I'll go in the search bar. DynCorp was a U.S. private military contractor that operated federal agencies, including the Department of Defense and Department of State. Its founder was also at the head of Enron's finance department. In Bosnia, DynCorp personnel were running a sex trafficking network that involved abuses against women and girls. A Pentagon audit covered up the incident. That's the government, Ninja Spades. That's the one we should trust. That's the one I'm saying to trust. The one that covers up when it rapes children. Trust it. Trust them. And trust what they tell you. Or you're like Candace Owens, and she's stupid, and you're stupid.
Back to the story though, we would assume that Erica herself then was in direct communication with this colonel because she had to be to set this up, and then I would presume that it was the colonel who chose this specific orphanage from his existing Rolodex.
Cypher tipped $5. I know what you're thinking, cause right now I'm thinking the same thing. Actually, I've been thinking it ever since I got here. Why, oh why didn't I take the blue pill?
Here's your sound. Genetic fallacy. Nice, dude. Yeah, no, that's smart too. That's cool. What you said was cool too. And legit. And that's why I'm on your side in all this. Thank you. Here's your sound. Cypher.
At Extanglia Super Shattered $5. Hi. I'm new here.
Hi.
You can call me Extanglia. Because my name is Extanglia.
That makes sense. Here's your sound, Extanglia. It sounds like you're arguing with me, Ninja Spades, but we're in agreement. Yeah, I agree with you so much. You're smart. You're smart. You're smart.
context. And looking over the story so far, to many it seems like far too many coincidences are at play and in a row, especially considering that once these allegations arose, Busher clearly had some high-level connections because he just resigned and now lives a cushy life in America, suffering zero repercussions for his actions. Obviously, that shouldn't seem like justice to anybody.
Yo, what's making this beep? Like, what in the world is making this beep? The music that you made on Night is still not finished, Don Tony. That reminds me of this song. Let's listen to this real quick. It's called I Trust My Government.
Slave, caught in the nation's last light. And it makes me think, what government do slaves like? When there is no free, fucked with an income tax hike. And they cheer and scream, yup, for a bill that ends lives. And it makes no sense, doesn't matter to me. It's about that hex, telling slaves they're free. Yeah, I made my point, but you won't listen to me. Wait for Drake's new song, y'all sing along on your knees. People can't agree on anything anymore. People can't agree on anything. People can't agree on anything anymore. What the fuck is happening? Everyone pointing their fingers at everyone placing the blame. Everybody's disappearing into their phones, everyone's fading away. People can't agree on anything anymore. People can't agree on anything. People can't agree on anything anymore. What the fuck is happening? Everyone pointing their fingers at everyone placing the blame. Everybody's disappearing into their phones, everyone's fading away. Oh, 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 y'all don't even know what you're mad about anymore. Y'all don't even know what you're mad about and you're fighting for them. What more is there to see? Your anger's part of their plan. I make them battle as I see. Fit to travel through the night, doing donuts on the top of the World Trade Center. I make them battle as I see. Fit to travel through the night, doing donuts on the top of the World Trade Center. That's right, living my wild lift. I'm trying to play myself. In the streets all ripped. Why can't anybody see this hell? Yeah, I know what you meant when you said I was evil as well. It's about that Hicks. Laughing at us while we kill ourselves. Don't take it from me. Take it from the Twitter mob on TV. Take it from Fox News, CNN, NBC. I'm gonna try to preach love. I'm gonna try to preach peace. Now I say I had enough. My people are dying. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you think about me. You can't see what I see. Stupid Jewsburg! You don't even know what you're mad about anymore. Stupid! Don't even know what you're mad about anymore. They're fighting for greed, and you're fighting for them. What more is there to see? Your anger's part of their plan.
Anti-Semitism is a mental illness, niggas. All right, let's get back to the show. Thank you, Josiah, by the way. Here's your sound.
And it most especially doesn't to the Romanian families who claim that these children in child trafficking rings are still operational to this day. Like the translator who connects this ring to the disappearance of two Romanian girls named Alexandra, something Romanian, and Luisa, something also Romanian. These two girls were simply living life in 2019 when they were kidnapped. The first one was found not too many months later, deceased, and I'm going to spare you the details of the second one because it's become an infamous case in Romania, and it's horrifying.
Ninja Spades has a great point. Just because they won't tell us about the Epstein files and the entire government operated and orchestrated to make it so we couldn't actually get anything out of them, and just because they didn't tell us what happened with 9/11, and just because COVID happened and they tried to take all our rights away and made up a huge thing where they locked us all in our houses and made it illegal to live our lives, and just because they have bases, our army has bases, military bases in Eastern European countries that traffic children, and just because we've been fighting Israel's wars for 2 decades now, yeah, that's a genetic fallacy. That doesn't mean you shouldn't trust the government. Sorry. What do you want me to do? Sorry, Maria. I'm sorry that I did that. I'm sorry that I did that instead of whatever else I could have done. But I want to drive home how dumb everyone is. I want to drive home how they're dumb conspiratard Juicebergs. If they don't accept the official narrative on what happened with Charlie Kirk. You know, I'm trying to help people. I'm out here trying to help people by calling them stupid because they don't have enough evidence. You see, that's the problem. They don't have enough evidence. The problem is they don't have enough evidence. And only they know how much is enough evidence. Everyone who tells you that there's not enough evidence, how much is enough? How much is enough? How much evidence is enough?
A total underscore gravity super chatted $10 goes hard.
Thank you, man. Here's your sound. The truth is, there's never going to be enough evidence. Even though what I'm saying is true. There will never be enough evidence. Because any evidence will be ignored and called something else. It won't be called evidence. It's never called evidence. Because what happens is what the state says happened. And then we move on. And we've done it over and over again. And that's that. And if you disagree, then you're in league with the schizos and the conspiratards. You understand? You're not intelligent. You're not noticing a pattern of behavior that has completely destroyed our country and every European country. You're not doing anything. You're just being weird. You're being a goofy. You're being a goofy. You're showing your cheeks and you're being a goofy. And we need people like Ninja of Spades and others who will sit us down, set us straight, and say nothing weird is happening. Nothing weird is happening. And get us back into that left-right paradigm where we belong. The left-right paradigm. That's the engine that moves the country forward into oblivion. Hi, Jortlandia. Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy, for the raid. You're not going to like what's going on over here. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm sorry, Jimmy. Jimmy, you know, I woke up with a headache and a neck ache. I felt sick as a dog. And I said, I'll just do a broccoli episode. You know? What is this noise? When does it stop? When does this noise stop? Why is it happening? Will it stop now? I think that stopped it. So I was just doing a broccoli episode. That's why I'm green, because it's the broccoli episode. But something came over me. Something came over me. And now we're watching this.
In a long story, but at essence, a 15-year-old girl named Alexandra was kidnapped and then violently repeatedly before being trapped in a home by a man. She managed to call the police 3 times, giving very key information, even narrowing down her location despite having been blindfolded to the area she believed to be in.
Listen to what he says next, because this is horrifying.
Based on what she heard while she was in the van, and the police told her that they were too busy or they didn't care and that they had other calls, and for all intents and purposes, they left her to die. And I'm being serious.
Alo, bună ziua, bună ziua. Vreau și în legătură cu poliția.
And it truly would end up with her deceased, because although we're not 100% certain that she actually was deceased, she could be in a trafficking ring, we do know that there is a barrel on the man's property who abducted her, and all that was found of her were dental pieces. So take that as you may. Why a story like this is important to bring up in relation to Erica Kirk is that many Romanians speculate that something bigger is afoot with cases like this. And really, most prominently, the translator puts this story.
It's still happening, isn't it? But why is this?
Total_gravity super chatted $5. I think the noise is the live chat.
Well, why? Why? Hold on 1 second.
Total_gravity super chatted $5. I think the noise is the live chat.
Forward because she's seen all the information and she would know, but she basically insists that these 2 girls were taken as part of a human trafficking ring which are at large in Romania. Now that's not 100% unsurprising. In fact, a lot of the community think that this guy was a patsy for a larger operation, but the translator goes on to say that these girls might have been abducted into one of these on-base brothels and sold to men. And to add a little bit of color to that point, it's not like these girls disappeared from a part of Romania that was particularly far from American military presence. In fact, the places they disappeared from are no stranger to the American military and foreign involvement. And so keeping that in mind and the fact that there are known rings and many of them operating in Romania, doesn't take much to think that something must be going on here. In fact, there are many essays you can read just about the horrors of what's happened with orphanages in that part of the world. But back to the story, not only did the police refuse to go and assist Alexandra despite her calling 3 times from the captor's house, they also waited 9
tipped $5, take my monies. I need to support my local Brapog frame mogger extraordinaire. Feels good, man.
Thanks, man. Thank you, dude. Here's your sound. Might have. Nice. Ninja of Spades with the operative word, might have. Very good. Very smart. Guys, Ninja of Spades is playing the role of, intelligent today. He's very smart. And what he's saying is might have, could have. Inconclusive, not enough evidence, maybe not, who knows, we can never know, we couldn't possibly know, patterns of behavior are not evidence, and that sort of thing, and we love him for it. Now, the interesting thing about this is what you're about to hear now, that the police force in this area of Romania has a stand-down order. Listen to this.
19 hours to investigate the house where the calls came from. And it's known in Romania as an obvious example of government corruption and possible covering up of these rings, but no one seems to know why precisely the police would have waited.
Possible covering up of these rings. Right, Ninja of Spades? Possible. You know?
Waited so long because a corrupt police force wouldn't want to make it that obvious, right? And here's where I introduce a little known but very interesting fact that in 2001, Romania was strong-armed into signing a deal which precluded them from ever investigating US military crimes conducted on Romanian soil, and that would include cases of child trafficking occurring in proximity to US military across the nation of Romania. So
that's That's a weird document to sign, Ninja of Spades. What a weird document! Ninja, isn't that document weird?
Basically, any crime committed by a U.S. military member or relating to the U.S. military, the Romanian government has zero authority to investigate. And then I want to add in here again with that in mind, that the Romanian police not only ignored this girl's calls, but then waited 19 hours to go to the scene. It seems a bit odd, and I'm just speculating that 19 hours is more than enough time for a military investigation team to come in and clean up the crime scene and make it seem like—
And maybe even contact the police force and say, okay, now you can go over there.
nothing really happened there, and dispose of whatever evidence might have existed. And so with all that in mind, I must ask why Erica Kirk went to this specific man who is known to be involved in massive organized child trafficking rings to help her bring gifts to a foreign orphanage for foreign children while being a child herself. After all, like most of you, I can count on 0 fingers and toes how many international child traffickers I know. And I also can assure you that I would never go to that person for help with a child-related matter. And if somehow, in all honesty, I didn't know that someone I had worked with in the past was a PDF file and an international child trafficker, when I did find out that they were such a evil individual, I would denounce them publicly. Especially when I have a massive public presence and could even get him strung up, since I am buddy-buddy, or in some cases, very buddy-buddy, as one might say, with the President and Vice President of the United States.
That makes sense. I would do that too. I wonder why she didn't. Circumstantial, genetic fallacy, your argument is invalid, my hair is a bird.
In fact, I would say this would especially be the case if I, being Erica Kirk, claimed to be so dedicated to the service of children around the world. And it's not like Erica Kirk doesn't keep up with videos like this on her and these references to her past, as she has made jokes about the Egyptian plains and other occurrences in speeches. So until I see her push for a man as demonic as Otto Buscher to be arrested and strung up, I'm going to suspect the worst. Because who would be silent on such a matter if you really love kids?
Dang, I got 2 raids? Dang, man. I must be raiding. I must... hold on, let me see if I have the raiding sound. I do. Guys. All right. Lit. I'm here to overload your senses while also telling you everything. It's not worth it. Guys, anyone who's here, just leave. You don't want to be here, buddy. You don't want to come over here. You'll start making connections with not enough evidence. Circumstantial, genetic fallacy, etc. Juiceberg, you're being a Juiceberg. Candace Owens, Ryan Gosling. You're stupid. Hi. You're stupid if you watch this show.
I want the best for them. So unlike what the mainstream slopaganda might tell you, it's a little more than a case of in the wrong place at the wrong time when it comes to Erica Kirk and her time in Romania. And really, to round it out, here is a quote from Erica Kirk solidifying her position in Romania. In the past 2 years, we have gone global with our Romanian Angels project and teamed up with the United States Marine Corps to joint sponsor an orphanage in Constanta, Romania. I absolutely love working with the military, so I feel blessed that we can do that on a continual basis through Antonio Placement Center in Constanta.
Israel adoption? What? Is Erica banned from Romania? What? What's going on here? What's this stuff? It's probably just hearsay.
Romania. Again, it's no secret what the US military and contractors in the whole rigmarole is up to in these parts of the world. Again, I'm going to flash a company on screen. Look them up after this.
Don't look them up. Don't look them up. We did that. Bad idea. Circumstantial, genetic fallacy, inconclusive, not enough evidence, Juiceberg.
By the way, all these reports about corruption on these bases came out in 2020, well before the Erica Kirk accusations erupted, so it's not like these were made up out of nowhere. Also, Erica Kirk has way too many military connections. It's weird. I don't know of anyone else who's ever want to miss something and ended up getting to fly in advanced military technology and refuel fighter jets midair. So she seems to have some connections that go deeper than what we might even expect now. Not to mention all the pictures and videos of her with other officials and meeting generals as well. That being said, I do think this is a great lead off then into who exactly Erica Kirk is related to, as that's one of the best ways to get an idea of who somebody is. And after all, you don't get connected with high-ranking military officials stationed abroad out of nowhere. Someone has got to know someone, you know? So let's start with her parents. Her mother, Lori, we'll call her for now, as we know, left Ohio and her husband right after.
Blood Logos, don't leave. You're the wind beneath my wings. There's multiple levels of irony occurring here. I'm actually lost in it at this point. I can't actually tell you where the irony ends at this point. I promise you. Slopaganda. Yeah, that's a good one. Slopaganda, Candace Owens, Juiceberg, Inconclusive, Left-Right Paradigm, Football Season Sports Bar, 12 screens, all with different games. Budweiser's cool now. Shane Gillis drinks it. Let's get on with the show.
Erica's birth for Scottsdale, Arizona, where she worked for a couple corporations including GE, which everyone likes to conveniently forget has a weapons division, before going in on her own and starting her own business and eventually businesses. The publicly known ones are AZ Tech, G Tech, E3 Tech, all of which are and/or were involved with the Department of Homeland Security, the Pentagon, and other such military-inclined organizations. But don't take my word for the military connection.
Anti-Semitism is a mental illness. Oh, I wish I could make you understand this. Guys!
Connections. Take Erica's.
Can I ask a question? It's might be off topic. How did your mom choose Phoenix?
So she chose to move to Phoenix from Ohio because there was more of an opportunity.
Oh yeah, we're getting into that, Kyle. It's crazy. It goes this, guys, sub to Coop. I haven't seen a bad video from him yet. I haven't seen a bad video from this guy yet. But I will say the fact that we have military bases in Romania that traffic children and a stand down order from the police force in the surrounding area to never do anything to interfere with what the military are doing and pursue no legal cases against them for child trafficking explicitly stated in the document is, I don't know, just like the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. And I feel like I live in hell. I feel like I live in actual hell. And yeah, Erica Kirk's connected to that, ostensibly, right? Right? Genetic fallacy or whatever? Ostensibly? Or like what? Like, what? Circumstantially? What? Blood? Or what, Ninja? Ninja Spades, which word? Which word? Not all? Which word, dude?
Opportunity for a female business owner out here, especially from the standpoint of she was getting involved with the government, so Homeland Security and Department of Defense. And so she had other business partners that were out here that were already in that industry, even one that was a mentor of hers. So it was really convenient to be able to come all together.
There's two ways to go. There's two ways to go. You can see what's going on in the world, and it tears you limb from limb, and your only solace is the Orthodox Church. Your only solace in the world, in the hell simulation that we find ourselves in the 21st century, is knowing that God is real, that Jesus Christ is Lord, and that the Orthodox Church is a true church. And you continually return to the fountain of eternal life and pray for God's mercy. Or there's another thing you could do, and that's believe the government narrative. Hold on, checks notes. Checks notes. Believe what the government tells you. That can't be right. Hold on. Ruffles pages. Hold on. Nope, that's what it says.
One place.
But then again, that may just be a teensy-weensy part of the puzzle, because Erica's mother is not only known as Lori Francefeet. I know, gasp.
This is crazy. This is crazy, and I'm afraid. I'm shook. Is there a laser beam on my head? I'm shook. Guys, is there a red dot on my head? Guys? Maria, do we have any pagers in the house?
Shock. She has, according to a number of data scraping sites, gone by 7 to 8 different aliases, which doesn't really make sense to me. She was never married again, and so
7, 8. So lit, dude. That's almost like that other one.
far as we are aware. So after her first husband, she should have gone back to the maiden name, right? But for some unknown reason, she didn't, and she kept her husband's last name, whatever. Because even that in mind, it wouldn't explain all the other different last names she's had, as well as
Glinta. Oh yeah, wait, there was a huge thing. There was a huge thing. What was it? There was a huge orphanage pipeline to child sex trafficking ring thing that was happening. Oh, that's still happening. Oh, that has been happening for a long time. Have you ever looked into the finders? Hi, I'm not trying to black pill. I'm just being a spurg. These are just made up words, Tony. You could hang a dang coat on that hook. Gwinta? What, Gwinta's a made up word? Don't say all three words in a row. A Babadook appears. I'm not willing to say all three of those names because I do not want to summon the Babadook.
a bunch of the other
not right now, Blood Logos, but I'll open up the orbs usually for Friday, but I'll open up the Discord chat later on the show so we can talk.
middle names that keep shifting that she has as well. 7 to 8 names of various kinds with different middle names and last names sounds a lot more like someone trying to cover up their identity than anything else. And also, so you know this isn't a glitch, multiple OSNet tools confirm that there are these various shifting names belonging to Erica's mother, all being tied to the same address where Lori lived the whole period in question. Even stranger, Lori makes another appearance somewhere at first entirely unexpected, and something leaked.
Is Babadook in the dictionary? Hold on, is Babadook in the dictionary? Hey Siri. Hey Siri, is Babadook in the dictionary?
Do you want me to?
Thanks, Siri.
Hi, I'm Siri. How can I help you?
You've helped me plenty. Thank you, Siri.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Siri, can you help me?
If your safety is at risk, ask me to call emergency services or someone you trust.
No,
to learn more.
No, it's nothing like that. I'm just asking if Babadook is in the dictionary.
Okay, I've created your note. It's called If Babadook is in the Dictionary.
Thanks, Siri. One more thing. Can you check if Babadook is in the dictionary?
Okay, I found this on the web. For thanks Siri, one more thing, can you check if Babadook is in the dictionary? Check it out.
Nice. Hey, Siri, is Babadook in the dictionary?
Do you want me to use ChatGPT to answer that?
No.
Okay, I won't.
Thanks, Siri.
No problem.
in part by Snowden, and
I'm furious right now. I'm gonna freaking blow my lid. I'm furious. I'm furious. I'm so mad.
it is a list of NSA employees. And lo and behold, a name almost identical to Erica's mother is on that NSA employee list. But Cooper, you say, it's not exactly the same name. Maybe it's someone else, right? But no, if you follow the address, I'm not including for the sake of common decency, it leads back to the home of Erica Kirk's mom during the time she was living there. And considering that this isn't
Did you
NSA
hear that? I missed that. That's pretty cool, right? What? Erica Kirk's mom worked for NSA, 7+ aliases, hidden grandparents, and a faceless dad.
And also, so you know,
maybe her dad's the Babadook.
this isn't a glitch. Multiple OSNet tools confirm that
I'm not sticking to the script today, but no, I am. I'm actually showing all of this to illustrate how dumb you are if you don't believe, if you believe that Charlie Kirk, if there's an Israel connection to Charlie Kirk being killed in front of thousands. If you believe that, you're dumb. And I'm showing what it would look like if you were so dumb.
Various shifting names belonging to Erica's mother, all being tied to the same address where Lori lived the whole period in question. Even stranger, Lori makes another appearance somewhere at first entirely unexpected, and something leaked, I believe in part by Snowden, and it is a list of NSA employees. And lo and behold, a name almost identical to Erica's mother is on that NSA employee list. But Cooper, you say, it's not exactly the same name. Maybe it's someone else, right? But no, if you follow the address, I'm not including for the sake of common decency, it leads back to the home of Erica Kirk's mom during the time she was living there.
What? What, dude? It's not exactly the same name, Ninja Spades, right? Oh, but it is the exact house that she lived in? And it's one of the aliases that she used, aliases that she used, but circumstantial. Dismiss. Budweiser beer is cool. Shane Gillis drinks it.
And considering that this is an NSA document, maybe then Lauren Francevy is Erica's mom's real name, despite the fact that everywhere lists it as Lori. And since we already know that Erica's mom,
I guess I've never said alias out loud. Alias. Oh, alias. I guess I've only ever had that word in my mind. Alias. Alias. Guys, the aliases are coming to get me. It's an alias invasion. Seriously, the aliases are coming to get us. Do you understand the aliases? I'm enlisting all dual citizens for military duty in Neo-Byzantium, by the way.
Has these publicly listed corporations. I thought we might try and find something else by looking for Lauren Francevy and if she's connected to any other businesses. And so I began searching under the name Lauren Francevy and found relatively quickly a very outdated listing for something known as The
lead singer of Crazy Town? See, now what Jim Bob's doing is he's showing how crazy you all are for thinking Erica Kirk is anything but a grieving widow. He's demonstrating how spurgy you're being. You're my baby. You're my baby. You're a butterfly. Monarch. Baby.
Tech Industries, which was supposedly sold in 2018 for around $500,000.
Nice, Alex. I'm not going to repeat that because I don't want to do cuss words. Because this is a show for nice whites. And we don't cuss.
Yet there seems to be no evidence of any customers this business ever had, or money ever being made, or even a reasonable product being sold. And what's even stranger is that this listing appears to be a fluke. It's an old repository from the government system Edgar for searching all sorts of government documents, including business filings. And when you search for...
Yo, Coop is the man, right? But he's probably like disinfo, right? I don't know. It's a satanic fog fart that just has been lingering.
G-Tech on some government websites, you either get no results or a 404 forbidden error. Now that's odd. Some might even say very odd, that unless I'm doing something incorrectly, which has happened once or twice, methinks the government might be trying to hide something or keep something quiet about this company. But other than that, I did not see any other leads on G-Tech Industries. Oh yeah, except that I recognized one of Lori's pesky little name swaps.
Uh-oh, Gwinta's back.
Remembering this is registered under a Lauren Francevy, not Lori.
Oh, Francie and Gwinta. What the heck? Yo, look into this name too. That's like a male version.
Francevy, and everywhere it tells me this woman's name is Lori, not Lauren, then this company must be registered under a false name. But whatever, I don't like the government, and so as the kids say, Lori, I ain't gonna stunt you, cuh. But I am going to point out that the other board members for this company, that being G-Tech, have some interesting names, one of which shares a last name that Lori on other occasions uses for herself, despite not being married to this.
Nice, dude. He looked into it. Here's my theory. Here's my fringe conspiracy, Alex Jones, drink the Kool-Aid, Candace Owens theory, that they added a name, but it wasn't a real person. It's just the male version of Lauren.
This man, based on all the available marriage records I could see. Okay,
it's Lauren's Babadook. Okay.
After recording this segment, I went back and I decided to research a little bit more about G-Tech Industries because it's different than the...
Would you really trust a man who would steal signs? Let's take a look. He's got a cup that says, "I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I'm just informed." He's stolen government property. I think that's a POG from 1995. Duck Commander. There's a squid in the corner. You can't see it.
G-Tech that's listed on Lori's LinkedIn and other places. So I was like, what is this? I decided to give it another look because it was just so odd to me that it was under a different name.
Who is we? Do you have a turd in your pocket? Because I cuss all the time. Is that one of your pickup lines, Darth Grumpy Dad? Doesn't really make sense. Darth Grumpy Dad walks up to a chick at the bar and says, "Do you have a turd in your pocket? Because I cuss all the time." Let me know if it works out, buddy.
This one being Dr. Lauren Francevy. Also emphasize doctor. I don't know where that came from. However, I went and started looking more and I actually did find something more than originally. First thing I found was that supposedly they do 1.4 million in revenue, but I don't have any evidence of an actual customer, no testimonials that I could find, no products that I could really find, all vague things like that. About to be expected for a front company. But what really caught me off guard and is gonna be further interesting when we get to Erica's father, Kent, was this G-Tech Industries company has a profile and on some random business website, where they describe what companies do. I don't know how I was able to find it. I'm gonna presume there might've been some old website that they pulled it from, but from that we were able to get a description of what this company says they do, and it's very bizarre, especially considering the information we're gonna learn about Erica's father later on. G-Tech Industries may be the only company that is dedicated solely to addressing the growing threat of EMP, that being electromagnetic pulse, both by an enemy or solar flare, by providing proven, patent-pending technology, that seems kind of like an oxymoron, and products aimed at protecting the US and foreign governments and their citizens. G-Tech specializes in keeping critical infrastructure operational when all forms of energy are lost due to natural or man-made threats, and backup systems are rendered useless. G-Tech's founders are highly experienced with EMP hardening, and the management team has previously worked with major defense contractors. That would be Erica's mama and our intelligence community. G-Tech founder Dr. Lauren Francevy has over 25 years of business and technical experience in the fields of telecommunications and software development, cyber systems, and aerospace engineering. G-Tech's co-founder Larry Gunta has over 40 years of business and technical experience in the fields of mechanical design, electrical power generation, microgrid integration, advanced control systems, and specialized computer, cyber, and supervisory control and data acquisition systems, SCADA. And what is really my first question about this? What governments are you working for? What products do you have? And where did you get this suddenly 25 years of experience in business and technical stuff in an area like this? Because according to your resume, I don't see anything that would make me go, wow, EMP protection business makes a lot of sense for this woman. Based on Erica's affinity for a certain country and some videos that I've shown in passing of Lori, I feel like I have a guess at which foreign governments you've helped out.
Anti-Semitism, anti-Semitism, flanty-flemitism, flampy-pemapism. That's anti-Semitism is a mental disorder. It's a mental illness. I hate this guy.
And worked for. And this kind of confirms some of the speculation about Erica's mom's involvements with countries. A lot of people have speculated that there's an Israel connection here. And if I was to point to a piece of evidence that
No, he's not, Jimmy. He's not cooking. He's a Candace Owens Juiceberg. What an arc these past few weeks have taken. Am I right? Started off with the Ian Carroll thing. Why does everybody hate Ian Carroll? And then I learned about limited hangouts. No, I knew about limited hangouts. I could define it. It's when feces is the main ingredient of your favorite meal, but then it's like probably not healthy to eat.
would make me go, that really might be the case, it would be this, because we know that Lori seems to also have an affinity with Israel herself, and there's a video of her at a parade of some kind with a bunch of Israeli flags in the background, which then makes me wonder even further about how deep Lori's connections with our government and foreign governments go, and then Erica's connections herself.
But what an arc. This is an arc. I didn't even know what an arc this was, because it started off me being like, I like everyone, you know? You know what I mean? And just being like, look, he's saying the truth. Yeah, he may not be saying all the truth, but he's saying some of the truth, and that's waking some people up. And everybody's like, yes, but here's the thing. Once he goes all schizo mode, then all of the truth that he said gets discarded. And then I remembered when my best friend, when I told him about what was going on in the world, and that there was a lot more to what is happening than he sees. And I'm trying to explain to him what's going on behind the scenes. And he said, oh, this is just Alex Jones crap. I remember that feeling. I remember that thing happening. I remember the eyelids shutting and awakening. And I remember the smell of fluoride in the room. And then I realized there's some technique where you take a bunch of true stuff and then add in some absolute retarded, garbled nonsense and become a figurehead for all of it. And then it all gets dismissed wholesale. Problem solved. Problem solved. Bye. Turns out Candace Owens never stopped working for Ben Shapiro.
Like, what's going on here? And why is there a G-Tech and a G-Tech Industries? And why do we have a Lori Francevy and a Dr. Lori Francevy? And what has she been doing this whole time? And to find that out, I tried looking up this company more, G-Tech Industries, and not just G-Tech. And I actually did find something. But first though, before we get to what I found, because it's kind of crazy, the primary industries that this company is listed as for is household goods.
God bless you, Myron Chuck. That's awesome. That's what I thought. Maria was like, you know, Myron Chuck hasn't been streaming. I was like, he probably stopped for Lent. I was right. Good for you, man. That's wonderful. God bless you.
Manufacturing, nonprofit and charitable organizations, and just organizations. So they seem all over the place, and it doesn't feel like anyone really has a firm grasp on
what the heck is macabre. Hey Siri, define macabre.
Macabre means disturbing and horrifying because of involvement with or depiction of death.
No, that's not, that's macabre. You said macabre. Oh, do you not know how to spell? Jimmy, looks maxing has clouded your judgment.
who these people are or what they do. I was also able to find out on a listing that 10 years ago, they raised $490,000 in investment money.
This is exactly what you want your autistic researcher to look like. Are you kidding me? If he did anything but this, I wouldn't trust him. This is what the internet was made for. Well, it's not what the internet was made to destroy you, but this is what the internet should be for. That's wonderful. Corn on macabre. That's pretty funny. Nice. I think this is the first I've seen you. You've made a great first impression.
Not sure where that money came from. And the website says it's undisclosed investors, but it was all from one source. So possibly the government funneled them money. But keep all this strange EMP company stuff and unknown sources of money in mind when we discuss Erica's dad later, because there's a weird parallel that's forming with these two. I will also, though, when research...
Circumstantial, doesn't matter, it doesn't count. Who cares if she was married to him? Who cares if she took over TPUSA? Circumstantial, doesn't matter. Who cares if there's a huge drop in funding before he got shot, including millions being taken out by Zionist donors? And who cares if there's a huge surge afterwards and it's being taken in a much more pro-Israel direction? And who cares if Erica Kirk has all these strange connections, and not just strange, but damning connections to a level that it would be inconceivable to even write a book about. Like, you wouldn't even, oh, that would be too obvious. It would be too obvious. All circumstantial. Do you understand? Do you understand what debate means? Do you understand? Ad hominem to you, Juiceberg.
Searching was able to find a video, an advertisement of some kind for this G-Tech Industries that was actually listed under a completely different name. And it's basically supposed to be a demonstration or a description of their...
Wicked_Wally super chatted $5. I've been telling everyone in this space for years it's all gonna come back to Wyoming not being real, and you're all gonna find out.
No, dude, because here's the thing about that is I saw Roosh go to Wyoming. And Roosh is real, right? And I saw him, and I'm real, right? Here's your sound. You guys think I'm real, right? You guys think I exist, right? This is the broccoli episode.
Their product from these two old dudes, but these old dudes have no camera presence and seem really nervous to be on camera. I would be too, because what they're trying to sell is a briefcase and say it's EMP proof.
I'd like to introduce my colleague and mentor, Larry Genta.
Hello, I'm Larry Genta.
Did I say Fosh? No, Roosh. Rush's Jimmy. That wasn't a call to action. What Jimmy said was not a call to action. He hasn't been eating meat.
President of G-Tech Industries. As Chuck mentioned, we are involved heavily with...
I'm waiting until you guys start thinking I'm a Fed. That's when you know you've made it. When people genuinely call you a Fed. I'm wondering. Guys, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you are subscribed, become a member. If you're a member, stun on them with your emojis. If you've already stunned it on them, stun on them even more. Go ham. Fill the freaking chat. Drown out their voices. Say, you're not a member. You don't get to speak. And drown them out with emojis that of my face.
A unit we call for serve gear, which we're calling the brain box, which contains this box a aluminum sealed box that allows us to quickly put our electronic devices such as hard drives, memory drives, flash cards, thumb drives, cameras, walkie-talkies, vital communications information that will be protected from EMP. This box will be certified
Digressing though, they rebranded to something named Serve Gear, which is what the website listing is for now. And when you follow that back, over the course of like the past half decade or so, it's been completely inactivated. But going back before that, you can see a homepage.
You see, it's working. Look, Mariana with a B3P. Mariama with a B3P is B3P. Marijuana me 3P is sad. You understand? It's working. You're making them sad.
Products listed on there. I don't know if it ever did. As far as I can tell, it did not. It does go to add to the point though that you have a company raising a little under $500,000 from one unknown, undisclosed source, and they've never sold a product.
Yeah, I never watched this one. And you want to know why I never watched this one? Because I got psyoped by Candace Owens. I was like, if I would start looking into Erica Kirk, then I'm gonna be stupid like Candace Owens. I got psyoped. I literally got psyoped. Don't look into that. That's what Candace Owens looks into. That makes you a spurg. That makes you a conspiracy theorist dum-dum. I literally got psyoped. It did what it was intended to.
Seems like a funneling of money operation or a front company of some kind, especially considering Lori's history, we'll call it, with other governments and our government. It is nice though to see people admitting that they are deeply government connected and not wasting our time. Okay, I'm done yapping to the camera now. Let's get back into the video. But it seems like there's a different story beginning to form. And so either it is this NSA or government cover-up like we discussed, or she's just straight up committing fraud, because I'm fairly certain it's illegal to give false names for something like this. But what do I know? Besides all that info, while on her mom's side still, Erica never seems to mention her maternal grandparents and even uses the incorrect Swedish
At Darth Grumpy at 7,612 super chatted $2. Add speculation and rumor to the dismissive rant.
How can I add speculation and be dismissive at the same time? How do I do that? I'm not a speculator. I'm just a spectator. I'm just a speck of dirt. I'm disrespecting Kurt. A risk of breaking Earth foundation, making a new nation. Ha ha! I play them like PlayStation. They hating. Can't help it. Fell for it again. Feels bad, kid. You a wonky donk. I'm a big back. Play with me, I'm gonna put you in a knapsack. Do we have any blacks in the audience? Do we have any blacks in the audience? Was I a rap? Did I rap?
Terms for grandpa and grandma in old posts of hers, making who exactly her family is, at least on that side or that part of that side, indecipherable at best, which is convenient for later and things we shall discuss, because it muddies the waters a lot. Like a lot. Imagine if you could make one half of your family truly obscure at best, or completely indecipherable at worst. Who and what you are related to would be impossible to distinguish, and so remember that for later. My bad, where are my manners? Pretty please. However, this would only be the first half.
This is so crazy. It gets so crazy here. Oh, this is so crazy. Yo, I'm so glad I watched this video. I had no idea. 'Twas a wrap. Now your credit score is going to fall. Now I'm going to be racially profiled. Now I'm going to push Chinese people in front of trains.
Of the familial equation. So let's review her father, Kent Francevy. From the outside, he seems like, well, I don't know what he seems like, because I couldn't even show you a photo of the guy, if I'm being honest. Not like I can't because it's restricted, but more so I can't because we have no idea what he looks like.
Do you hear that? There's no, this guy, this autistic spy from the annals of the internet cannot find a single picture of one of the most famous women in the world's dad, despite the fact that he has his hands in multiple government programs. It almost makes you think there's an entire parallel society operating. I bet they have their own internet. I heard something, and this is pure speculation, and it might not be true. I just saw something that said, what was that attack that happened recently? There was an attack that happened recently, and before it happened, there was a bunch of searches to that exact location from Israel. Does anybody know about this? What am I thinking about? This was crazy. Hold on. Let me look at this real quick. I think I bookmarked it. Tangentially related. I always have my I always have my VPN set up. And third time I'm gonna nail it. I always have my VPN set to Israel when I book flights and hotels. Lufthansa just gave me a free business class upgrade because they're sorry about the Holocaust. Important information for your flight. We sincerely acknowledge the immense suffering caused by the Holocaust all these years later, and while nothing can undo such history, we hope this complimentary upgrade to business class serves as a small gesture of respect and goodwill on your upcoming journey. Gosh, I wonder what they do for victims of the Holodomor or the Armenian genocide. Oh, yeah. Okay. So something happened in Port Arthur, Texas. Explosion at Oil Valero refinery in Port Arthur, Texas. Right? But before it happened, it was a trending search in Israel on March 17th. Why would that happen? Somebody looked into it. Someone said, so I can jump on a VPN, choose Israel, and my searches appear from that country. Need a little more than this to declare a false flag. It happened on March 17th. You just admitted the person who did this must have searched it last week. And with every major... Okay, but something else interesting. Why is Mossad so clumsy? And someone said... don't worry about it.
Mostly because I am not aware of any known photographs of the man. That's a little odd considering how well known her daughter and son-in-law are. One would speculate Pops would pop up in a photo or two, but no.
Speculate.
Not as far as...
Where'd Ninja Spades go? He was doing so well. Speculative, right? Circumstantial, right? Not enough evidence, right? Where'd you go, buddy? You were doing so good. Remember? Remember back then?
As I can tell, which is not just strange but an achievement. It's hard to keep a low profile online as a typical American in this surveillance state, but when your family are some of the most well-known Americans, especially in the political world, well, now we're talking basically an impossibility. So who is this guy then? Well, we know he was an entrepreneur and is related to several businesses online based on available resources, including one named AZ Tech International, which is distinct from one of Erica's mom's companies named AZ Tech. Confusing, I know, and I imagine that's got to be part of it. From the best I can tell though, AZ Tech International is another odd company with no real customers it seems, or public ones at least, little to no online presence and very few references online. And from what we can see though, it also appears to be government related in terms of whatever it produces, and has, according to some sources, received $2.6 million in government contracts. There's also speculation that Kent was an executive at Raytheon and helps outfit the Israeli Iron Dome. The jury is out on that one though, and it's not exactly something you would ever really expect to get a yes or a no on. Either way, in any case, Kent Francevy is an oddball, that seems pretty clear, but his family situation gets even stranger. His dad, aka Erica's paternal grandfather, is a man named Carl Kenneth Francevy. Can't lie, it's a pretty regal name, and I must admit it has a certain essence to it. Pausing to yap a moment, I want to preface this next part by saying one way you can almost always tell someone is deeply connected to the upper echelons of power is if they are involved in the currency industry in some capacity, especially at higher levels. And therefore it should be to no one's surprise that Carl was vice president of manufacturing for American Banknote Corporation.
You want to sit on that? Yeah, nice, dude. Purpose of a lot of aliases is to be common name like likely somebody else. Nice. Yeah, dude. Nice, dude. Exactly. Good point. Except it was her address and her home. But yeah, we're way past that point. What else? Oh, her dad worked for the money printers, literally.
That Carl was vice president of manufacturing for American Banknote Corporation.
But it's probably, what, aliases or whatever, right?
A company nearly as old as the United States itself, which is involved in the production of currency and making it more counterfeit resistant. Yes, that is about as close as one can get to money without literally being the printer. Furthermore, he was an elder member of the Swedish Order of Vikings, which is at essence a Freemason adjacent fraternal organization, try saying that 10 times fast, sharing much of the oddballness therein that we've come to expect of a Mason or Masonic-esque organization. And he was also so well regarded in his life that the King of Sweden, Carl XVI Gustaf, knighted him for promoting, quote, American and Swedish relations. Well, if that reveals anything for certain, is that I guess we should be calling him Sir. But in any regard, it seems like Erica isn't quite the product of a typical American home, as we have been told. But it's even more bizarre from here, because Erica's dad also seems to have owned some preparedness company, as discussed by Erica in an Arizona article from many moons back.
At Mr. Fisto 7 super chatted $13.94. Hey big dog, I think that might be a broccoli.
Thank you, man. It is. This is the broccoli stream. Here's your sound. That's a broccoli sound. This is broccoli themed.
Which more prominently with the increased Erica questioning has become more well known for its bizarre advertising.
Make flight reservations out to LA at 7:45 for my confirmed photo shoot, then head over to the shooting range for some target practice with my dad and talk about his emergency preparedness bug out bags that just recently hit the market.
And by preparedness company, I mean prepping for EOD. Before I get ahead of myself though, let's just watch the advertisement that her father uploaded to his YouTube channel. I'll play some snippets of the clips for you guys. It's actually a pretty long video, so I'm not gonna play all of it. And obviously though, I had to take all the audio. And in case we were concerned that this was a video from a different Kent Fransby, you can't really make that argument seeing as Erica Kirk is herself in the video repping the set. First and foremost, it's never a great sign to have a high-ranking member of the upper echelons, or at least he appears to be, talking about the end of times, let alone trying to sell people on it. And
isn't that weird? It's like the Georgia Guidestones or like the Denver airport or like that art that the owner of JP Morgan had the artist paint his yacht. The JP Morgan. It's all this art depicting absolute carnage. Like they want it. Or like they're telling you it's coming. It's kind of already here. Like I watched that video yesterday of that lady, I don't know, running over a bunch of black people who were like trying to punch her car and drag her out of it. And I was like, that's just hell. Like this is just hell. Like the whole situation is just hell. And it's just so much chaos like that these days. And I forget who I was talking to yesterday in the Discord, but they said the JFK assassination wasn't specifically to stop him from stopping Israel from getting nukes. That's what everybody says it was. But it was more about getting someone beloved killed in front of everyone. That was the actual purpose. That does more destruction. It kind of demoralizes the mind. demoralizes the person. They see every glimmer of hope dashed in front of them over and over again, and eventually they learn to not hope. And I think it was Jason said this, and that was the point of the Charlie Kirk assassination as well. It's not like, oh, he presents a huge problem for us. Ultimately, I mean, that could be the angle. But the other angle could simply be a lot of people liked him, and now we killed him in front of all of you in broad daylight. And he died a gruesome death in front of a bunch of children. And how do you feel? Do you feel like you have control? Do you feel like things are going to be all right? Psychological operation. That was the point of releasing the files. Yeah. The point, I talked about this a couple weeks ago, you know. How does an Aztec society happen? How do you create a society in which the leaders take your kids, climb to the top of the pyramid, and kill them and let the blood drain down the pyramid in front of the entire society? How do you get that? Well, you just do it in front of them enough that they just think that's what life is. So here's all this stuff. Here's what we're doing to you. Here's pictures. Here's exchanges. And yeah, you can see all the people implicated, and none of them are being arrested. And now you understand. Now you understand that that's your reality. And it'll become more and more explicit as time goes on, to the point where you will no longer question it. And you'll think that it is normal.
Some gay tipped $5. God bless.
God bless you, some gay. Here's your sound. I got 2 bug out bags. I occasionally dip into them for some granola. Maria, where's the bug out bag? I'm feeling peckish.
And from the video, it's pretty clear that this is predicting the collapse of the nation and a survival scenario. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with being prepared. I sure stay prepped, but this is not the action of a typical prepper. This feels like something far different. After leaving home, we have only a few blips on the radar for Erica. We know of the couple of pageants she participated in, as well as a few licentious YouTube videos she filmed of
At Abix Young 3,931 super chatted $10.
Here's your sound, Abby. What's a strike pack? I'm not prepared for anything. Is there a red dot on my head right now? I'm not prepared for anything. If there's a red dot on my head, it's not because I'm a Hindu.
Of her quote-unquote working out. We're not going to touch on those yet, probably a bad use of words, because I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. But what we do know beyond that is she was also doing this devotional and this clothing brand, neither of which ever seemed to really make money at all. But open to being wrong there, if I'm being honest, because it's hard to find any evidence, but typically if I can find any evidence of that cash flowing, I know where my mind is going. So we're sort of at a loss for how Erica was living the high life in Manhattan, arguably the most expensive city in America, as well as one of the most expensive cities on earth. She's going out for food, partying, drinking.
Yo, Coop's the man for that. Coop's the man for blurring out that stuff. He's a real one for that.
Which is a conflict for later. My bad, ahead of myself again. And having all of her bills paid seemingly by magic because she's not really doing anything. She's building 2 companies, but they are, as we said, seemingly unsuccessful. And so if there's one thing that doesn't lie, it's the bills and it's the money. Someone's got to be using that money to be paying them bills. And so we have to try taking one last look at her family, but this time not at her parents, although they might have been involved.
What did he rhyme? What did he rhyme? Alex, what did he rhyme? I'm furious. What did he rhyme, dude?
This time we're going to look at her roommate, which seems unexpected, but let's go. More than once, Erica Kirk has discussed how she dated no one during her 5 years living in New York until she met Charlie, which is an outright and easily disprovable lie, but that's for later. Erica says she really didn't want to date because of the following reasons.
I'm not going to ask you your personal journey, but what I will say is
there's an energy. There's an energy. There's a Hillary Clinton lie energy. It's weird. There's like, you meet people in the world like this where it's like, I'll never talk to you. I've known people like this, and it's like, we'll never actually have a conversation because there is no you. There's only the thing you're projecting. That's all there is.
I was here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast. I personally would rather have coffee or brunch with someone than going, I don't drink. I find it unproductive, not because.
And also like the judging. I don't drink. I find it unproductive. Shut up, stupid. Put aside the fact that she is connected to child trafficking rings and lies through her teeth about everything. Stop being so mean and judgy.
Because I'm holier than whatever. I just don't operate that way. But I always thought it was very strange how she would go to drinks with one guy and then go to dinner with another. So it goes twofold here. So if you're expecting to marry someone that I was blessed with, like a Charlie, you have to be the type of woman that will attract a Charlie.
This was one of the only interesting tidbits in this horribly staged interview with that broad Weiss, whatever her name is, because it made some of us go, huh, I wonder who that roommate is that was such a bad influence. And lo and behold, after scouring Erica's various social media platforms, videos began emerging like these. And so now we can call into question who Erica Kirk really was in those 5 years, but once again, don't want to get ahead of myself. And instead we're going to hone in though on who is appearing in many of these videos. And based on a bunch of comments ranging as far back as 10 years ago on Erica's various accounts, we see a common thread that this same female is commenting on Erica's posts, and she just so happens to look like Erica's roommate who appears in these videos. And her name is Nicole Rothstein. Nicole is actually not just her roommate or soulmate or best friend, whatever she calls her. Nicole is also Erica's cousin. And this is
I'm going to pause at certain moments to let it soak in.
Going to become a much bigger deal as we move forward. Nicole, unlike Erica, at least, at face value comes from money, and interesting money at that. The Rothstein name is not exactly synonymous with honesty. If they were in a dictionary, at least, at face value comes from money, and interesting money at that. The Rothstein name is not exactly synonymous with honesty. If they were in a dictionary, those two are on the opposite ends.
Dang, look at all these pictures of Erica Franzia, as she was known in New York, being really drunk during those 5 years where she never drank. That's weird. I guess that's like a lie.
One another. In fact, antonyms would probably be a better way to put it. In this photo Erica posted in 2017, she is sitting next to a man whom I wager to be in his 50s, and another man who's standing in front of her, who I would wager is putting the pedal to the metal, pushing 70, late 70s that is. And at the time, and really up until recently,
he said, if I can't find any evidence of that cash flowing, I know where my mind's going. Yo, I'm rowing the boat to the moat. And if it don't float, that means I really was the GOAT. Bye-bye, as I try to keep my head above water in the midst of unbearable slaughter. They make a joke of your sons and your daughters, and none of us are really doing what we oughta.
You had clicked on that photo on Erica Kirk's account on Instagram, you would notice that there's someone tagged, and that someone tagged is named Alan Rothstein.
Tengu!
They were in a dictionary. Those two are on the opposite ends of one another. In fact, antonyms would probably be a better way to put it. In this photo Erica posted in 2017, she is sitting next to a man whom I wager to be in his 50s, and another man who's standing.
Was that attack at a common location where an event where Tengu have interest so they might search it at the exact time of the event? Oil refinery? Hold. I'm behind. I'm helping my offspring. Soccer practice. We touch grass sometimes. You're doing good, bro. You're doing good. Thank you for being the voice of treason.
In front of her, who I would wager is putting the pedal to the metal, pushing 70, late 70s that is. And at the time, and really up until recently, if you had clicked on that photo on Erica Kirk's account on Instagram, you would notice that there's someone tagged. And that someone tagged is named Alan Rothstein, who Erica says is her uncle. And this old dude, I'm presuming here is Gramps. And this uncle that she references, I can only imagine is on the mother's side and is a member of that unknown segment.
Sour Cookie, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but on September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk was shot in front of thousands. Ostensibly. Or something else happened. Either way, he died in front of everyone.
Of Erica's family that is seemingly being obfuscated. In any case though, when reviewing who Alan Rothstein is, I can understand why Erica may have chosen to hide that side of her family. Because Alan is not, as Hannah Montana says, the boy, the honest goods, the real McCoy. My goodness. Uncle Alan has been involved in several criminal operations. For instance, there is a long case file which goes into detail about how Alan defrauded someone of hundreds of thousands of dollars. He's supposed to be a consultant, but was actually just an insider.
Hey Siri, does your marriage end when you die? I think it's part of the vows. They have this part of the vows where they say till death do us part. So, maybe. Tone sounds kind of like he not on my side, but that'd be Spurgy. Yeah, then I'd be a weird Spurg, Candace Owens, creeper, sleeper cell, conspiratard, weirdo dum-dum, and there's so many good shows on TV right now. It's actually the television golden age, and Budweiser's cool again because Shane Gillis drinks it.
Kind of like a spy, and was just getting info and using his position to spend hundreds of thousands of the company's dollars doing nothing. And Alan, if you're watching this, just want to say, that's not cool, bro. Jerk move. The document then gets deep into legal jargon, but discusses tens of millions of dollars at one point in falsely claimed assets, and then goes into the realm where a lawyer might be mildly confused. At its heart though, Alan seems to possess the sticky fingers that his namesake is so infamous for, as we shall see. And lo and behold, someone who likes to pilfer the proverbial cookie jar also possesses a number of what are pretty obvious, in my opinion, front companies. I run into a ton of these in videos. They're companies with little or no website, no customer history, no definable product, and they just sit there for years and sometimes decades doing nothing. But they are convenient for running money through, especially ill-gotten money, which seems to be Alan's MO. Not kidding, I was peeping through his companies and he's got a property management company, a hedge fund, and a bunch of others, and none of them seem to actually do much. That all said, whatever Alan and his family are doing is evidently working quite well for them, I might add. As Alan, through a tool I use, I learned that Alan lives in a $13 million home. Not bad for a guy who seems to have never really worked a job or built anything himself. And that sort of cash also speaks to who was funding Erica's cousin Nicole, and possibly Erica herself, while they live the expensive Manhattan life, doing nothing of material value. Now let's jump another step into the family and hit up Carla.
How you guys feeling? How you guys feeling? How's everybody feeling now? My head's swimming. My head's swimming, personally. Thank goodness it's all circumstantial and not evidence and low-tier, mid-wit conspiracy theory Jew-spurging. Thank goodness for that. Because if it weren't, I'd be losing my mind right now. But since it is, I feel very calm and collected and fully normal and ready for the game. Let's take a break. I'll be back. Super chat. Now, super chat. Super chat. Now, this is a concept that just makes sense to me. You just give me your money, even though this is free. Hi, I'm a Hello Listener. I made you free content. It's free. You can watch it. You can watch it for free. But don't, instead don't. Instead, give me your money and potentially interrupt the flow of the show. Hi, everything is covered in germs. If you don't super chat me, I'm gonna get a disease. I'm gonna touch something with salmonella on it. If you don't give me a big donation. Hi, you didn't buy my music. I told you to buy my music and you didn't. Instead, you super chatted me. Instead, you just gave me money for nothing. Continue to do so. Do it again. This isn't a one-time thing. That was last time. This is a new time. Oh, did you already today? Do it twice today. Did you already give so much? Oh, is your child going hungry? Did you give all your money to Hello Listener? A lot of people have a lot of problems, Cassandra. Okay? I'm gonna get salmonella. Did you know that for the same price as a packet of eggs, you can enrich a fat? Hi, this is the Tyrannosaurus Rex, creature of the jungle, one of the world's strongest dinosaurs. Telling you to give money to Hello Listener, even though this is free. And the reason you would take my word for it is because my teeth are 10 feet long. Okay? Hi, a creature emerges from the swamp. You can't detect its eyes, but you feel it staring at you. Super chat me. Or I'm gonna let it get you. I am... there's a 4-tier system to the super chats. Black tier is the lowest tier. Okay, wait. Okay, so here's the tier system. This black tier is the lowest tier.
At Austin Italio 6,682 super chatted $10.
Thank you, Austin. Here's your sound. Wait. There's your sound. And thank you, Abby. Here's your sound. Did you hear it? How about that? No, I think you might be right, Blue Skittle. No, marriage is forever, right? Charlie Kirk's in era, was it Rothstein's? It might be a little different. No, you can't. No, you can't, Blood Logos. You can't get a sound for that. Yo, I wish this headache would go away. I can't believe how bad this is. Something about spurging out like a conspiratard just makes my head hurt. Nah, I'm sick. Been sick. Keep getting sick. Don't know what's wrong with me.
Solomon, originally Carla Francevy. This is apparently Erica's dad's sister, so once again, a little info on the mom's side. Carla can be explained in the following words. From the YouTube commenter, Vivian Ballard 391 5 years ago. I'm not implying that she is only interested in the financial stability of men. However, it must be said that she avoids relations with impoverished men. YouTube really is a wonderful place. Thank you for that comment. In other words, she a gold digger. Carla married a man about 29 years older than her by the name of Jack David Solomon. A 29-year age difference. Jack himself is a bit of a character. He's one of the few people who have been born in America that possesses such an immense affinity for Israel. And oh yeah, we're going there. Jack has been a leading executive, or simply the leading executive, at a plethora of some of the largest companies on Earth, many of which possess multi-billion-dollar evaluations and or are simply government operations. For instance, for whatever reason, he was plopped into the chairman position of the board of directors for things like Federal Land and Development Corporation for 36 years, and Federal Research and Development, and Advanced Patent Technical. All sorts of things that when I'm reading it make me go, who are you really, bro? Especially because a sort of thing like that requires power, influence, money, control, and access, and gains you a lot of power, influence, money, control, and access. And for this next bit, I'm just going to give you a lot of power.
I love how how far businesses have fallen. You have these dignified pictures of Charles Eskridge Saltzman and David Alex Stockman. And then you have the Omegle photo that Rashid used just before sexually assaulting someone on Omegle. And Sohail Khan's soccer pictures.
Position of the board of directors for things like Federal Land and Development Corporation for 36 years, and Federal Research and Development.
What up,
and
Paisio?
Advanced Patent Technical. All sorts of things that when I'm reading it make me go, who are you really, bro? Especially because a sort of thing like that requires power, influence, money, control, and access, and gains you a lot of power, influence, money.
Yeah, I think we can make that happen, Zorcht. Plethorius? I don't see why not. Sour Cookie said that. I don't see why not. It seems like a good move. It seems like a good idea to me. Plethorius.
Control and access. And for this next bit, I'm just going to skim through some of the...
What the heck?
At Blood Logos super chatted $2, Israel emoji.
Thank you, man. Here's your sound. Very cool.
The organizations he's been highlighted as being a member of from his death website, although I assure you there are likely many, many others. Membership, National Director, Equality Operations Foundation, 1963 to 1966. He's a sponsor of the National Hospital of Denver. He's also the co-founder of the Israeli Armored Corps Museum. Patron or Chadash, Orphanage, Israel. Vice Chairman, California Democratic Council, 1966 to 1970. Candidate for California State. 1966, Director of the United Jewish Foundation, 1956 to 1967. Committee member for the Los Angeles Chamber of Commerce. Member of the World Affairs Council. Member of the President's Cabinet for the American Israel Public Affairs Committee. Member, Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce. Oh yeah, that would be because he was a controversial casino owner. He was also the director of the Utah Shakespeare Festival 1999 to 2000. Seems like a weird addition. He's also the member of the American Air Museum in Britain, a foundation member, the Armed Forces Commission and Electronics Association. Sounds powerful. National Aeronautics Association, International Association of Business and Professional, honorary. B'nai B'rith, President Club, Utah Valley State College. Yes, that's where Charlie Kirk was shot. President Club, Brigham Young University.
I'm trying not to get demoralized right now. But I can't help the feeling that the modern world is just a unlimited playground for elite Tengu. Tengu! Oh! Tengu! Yeah, a bunch of hearsay. Bunch of circumstantial hearsay.
Association of Business and Professional, honorary. B'nai B'rith, President Club, Utah Valley State College. Yes, that's where Charlie Kirk was shot. President Club.
I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't play along with y'all. I can't. My adherence is to the truth. And if yours isn't, I ain't effing with you.
Brigham Young University. President Club, World Jewish Congress, life. 32nd degree Mason, Scottish Rite, life. Yeah, so a lot of things should stand out to you there. The UVU, the massive ties to Israel, the powerful committees and organizations, and I could really out for a while just about the Israel connections alone and why that's weird. But if I have to tell you that, then you've probably been living under a rock and have missed the dozens of red flags I just read. But these connections do go deeper than that, so deep that bro paid for and restored the ancient Zion's Gate and Plaza in Jerusalem, which is rather a big deal to folks over there. Needless to say, he's sort of a huge deal in that community.
Yeah, effing.
And he's also very clear.
Any other questions, Brad? Yes, effing. Any other questions?
Connected to the highest echelons of the government and business, and the people who decide if and what you shall eat. What an odd family member for Erica to have, considering I was under the impression she was a Christian girl from Scottsdale, Arizona. But if this all didn't elucidate you to the fact that we are talking about some seriously connected people, like I said, he's a member of this thing called, that I can't pronounce, it's a Jewish secret society named B'nai B'rith. It's a very unique organization, very secret society-esque, very Freemason-esque, which apparently is controversial because they claim it's antiseptic to say that they are Freemason related, despite having a huge portion of their founding members actually being Freemasons as well. So take that as you may. But whatever, toss that aside. We also know from that whole blurb, Jackie Poo is a 32nd degree Freemason, which should be ringing bells for everybody, from the most unfamiliar with this sort of quote-unquote conspiracy theory world to the most familiar. The Masons are weird people. I've had personal experiences with them. I'm for sure on a list of theirs. That's it.
Where's the clip? Where's the clip? Let me find the clip. I have to find the clip. Bear with me while I find the clip. Here, I'll play a song. Engage with the world, engage with the world. 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 I'm no one, I'm no one. 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 Engage with the world, engage with the world. 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 I'm no one, I'm no one. I'm no one, I'm no one. I'm no one, I'm no one. I'm no one, I'm nobody.
What's that, sir? Okay. I'm a Christian, sir. I'm pure and virtuous and wholesome and innocent. How can you say anything bad about me? Sir, you need to be born again. I am born again. Now, did you just say that you are Lucifer? I am Lucifer. Okay, define Lucifer for me. Pure, virtuous, wholesome, innocent individual that's out to help people. Lucifer is? Yeah. Say that again. Lucifer is a pure, holy... Virtuous. Virtuous. Now, is he the Lucifer that God created? That's the same one. Oh, man, this is great. I'm going to put this on the internet. Oh, Amen. God bless you, Amen. Brother. Because that's exactly what the Shriners and Masons teach, is that Lucifer is light. No. And what about confirming those hospitals? You know what, sir? Jesus said, many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, we did not do these good deeds in your name. And you'll say, away from me, you workers of iniquity. I never knew you. Jesus said it?
I love that. Jesus said that? Ah, what?
Mercy. No. That's hard to believe. So you're a Christian and you don't know that? Actually, no, I really am. You are. Because I'm pure and virtuous. You're pure and virtuous, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In other words, you're perfect without Jesus, right? No. Okay, tell me about Jesus. Who is Jesus? Well, he's my leader. Is he the Son of God? Yes, he is. Is he the only worshipful master? Yes. Have you ever been called worshipful master? No, because I've just been too busy. I've been working to help people.
Normal. Have you ever been called worshipful master? No, because I've been too busy helping people. You know, conversation. What? Thank you, baby. Been too busy.
What kind of work? Okay, get out of here. See, this is what a Mason confesses, is that Lucifer is light. Have you heard it?
Probably nothing.
Story for another time. But if you're really unfamiliar...
Oh, wait, I missed a super chat, didn't I? Hold on. Man, I really hope my favorite sports ball team wins this week. I can't wait to shame the other team fans. I know, dude. Dude, do you have your app where you gamble? Do you have your heavily promoted app for gambling? About everything? About guys? You guys gambling about guys today? I hope your guy wins so that so you get some money. Here's your sound.
Putting it as short as I can. It's an organization that is a complete secret society. It's very occult. They worship Satan, but that's a point for another time. They have been known as global manipulators for centuries. Countries have banned them because of who they are, but they are known to use their wealth and intrigue to control nations and to shape the futures of people and nations, and may or may not, definitely were, in my opinion, involved in assassinations historically, and things like the planting of people into positions of power that allow them to exert further control and influence, and you know, the everyday stuff. But I'm sure none of that should sound even remotely familiar or be ringing true for the overarching Erica Kirk story, because that'd be weird. On top of all this, Solomon's also known for some immense scandals, including stock fraud, investor fraud, casino fraud. In fact, he built a casino and then got taken out of the CEO position because of his fraudulent activities. He wasn't allowed to be in control of the company anymore. All sorts of stuff like that. They make you go, huh, it seems like quite the character. And yet he amassed massive fortunes and got appointed to all these big companies and was also appointed to the government to very important roles. So it makes you wonder who he actually knew and who he actually was. But leaving those two oddball characters right in the dust, here's where things are going to get even loonier. Rothstein is not only a relatively rare name, making it more than not simple to trace, it's also an infamous name, most especially if you're a sports aficionado, specifically baseball. Let me explain though. Long before Alan and Jack...
Finally, something I can get behind. This guy's been yapping for a while, a bunch of loony nonsense.
Were manipulating corporations, looting the masses, and stacking it up into their $13 million homes. Let me reiterate, $13 million, that's the sort of money only like a handful of people on Earth possess, so what's going on there? And I think I know the answer because there is a pretty clear progenitor to the Rothstein proclivity of purloining the populace's purse, and his name was Arnold Rothstein, a Jewish criminal who, it's widely asserted, fixed the 1919 World Series. He bet over $250,000, which at that time is an unprecedented fortune, roughly $5 million today, but that doesn't really factor in for the lack of buying power and what all that means. He, in essence, made the bet, the wager, that Chicago would lose to the Cincinnati Red Stockings in the 1919 World Series. For color on who Rothstein is, he didn't come out of nowhere. Rothstein was a longtime fixer, or in other words, cheater, as well as financier of crimes of all kinds, from the least degenerate to the maximum degeneracy. But in this specific instance, with the 1919 World Series, he, through a series of payoffs and threats to, people's families, ensured that the Cincinnati Reds won, the people who he bet on, which is illegal for all sorts of reasons. Arnold, though, having friends in politics, let me reiterate, politics, the legal system, like judges, and the police, got off on all charges despite it being the most obvious crime ever. Arnold is not a great guy to replicate or follow in the steps of, but he has become infamous enough that he even shows up in literature and movies, most specifically as the character Mayor Wolfsheim in the not so great, kind of short-sighted and whipped Gatsby. You can also thank Arnold for most of the crime syndicates that formed in the intervening years after his death. Yes, he was shot to death. Surprise, surprise. And the modern day drug and human trafficking, etc. of today was in large part possible because of his initial funding of such crime networks. And so yeah, really a interesting guy in that family tree. But all in all,
innovator, visionary.
he's just an awful dude. But importantly, he's a Rothstein. And so here I'm going to say something. There's a missing link, and I think it's one of the most critical links possible. I hope you all can assist me here with it. Arnold Rothstein, likely resulting from his profession of, murdering people and causing crime, kept it under wraps if and how many children he had and where they lived. And so it's been very hard to really connect to who he is. But if you look down the family tree and at some of his siblings and all that, you will notice that there are more Rothsteins that continue on the family name. But they all do something very interesting across genealogy sites. And the genealogy sites themselves might be in on this. And the thing they do is that they redact the children of these initial Rothsteins. And so that makes it very hard, dare I say, impossible.
A weird thing about this, besides the fact that this is Erica Kirk's family, is right here.
I think it's one of the most critical links possible, and I hope you all can assist me here with it. Arnold Rothstein,
where
and how many children he had and where they lived.
There it is. Where Rothstein and Rothschild are interchangeable. That's interesting.
And so it's been very hard to really connect to who he is. But if you look down the family tree and at some of his siblings and all that, you will notice that there are more Rothsteins that continue on the family name. But they all do something very interesting across genealogy sites. And the genealogy sites themselves might be in on this. And the thing they do is that they redact the children of these initial Rothsteins. And so that makes it very hard, dare I say impossible, for us to know who are actually Rothsteins today and if they're 100% connected to one another. And so I ask you guys to help me out here to try and find these missing links to start building this family tree so we can officially connect Erica Kirk.
I'm doing good.
to these Rothsteins, and to these known criminals and justice system manipulators, just generally bad people. And I imagine that they probably keep this quiet and are trying to hide their identities, especially if Erica Kirk is one of them, because it would be pretty obvious that we shouldn't trust these people, as there are generations of Rothsteins who have committed all of these heinous crimes, and to think that they would be in such positions of power today might cause the American people to go, huh, we don't really want that.
I'm not noticing. I'm lampooning how dumb it is to notice. Oh, notice. Don't you mean be a conspirator? Don't you mean watch Candace Owens and be dumb and have no evidence for your claims? You idiot.
Do we? But I don't want to yap too much, but we have this very obvious missing link, and it's hard to bridge those sorts of things when you cover up and when the family covers up all this information. But there's one thing the family can't account for, and I think it's rather ironic, is that the Rothsteins have seemingly never built anything of value themselves, but they certainly do know how to steal it. And so you have the original Rothstein stealing, the Solomon guy stealing, and then you have Alan Rothstein also stealing, committing fraud. It seems like the real family trait in the family heirloom is the ability to thieve and commit crimes and to get away with it enough to profit. Once again, let me reiterate, $13 million house, yet he's never built a business. Digressing though and getting back to the main track, it seems bizarre then that we have all these missing links, and then we've also got Erica Kirk, who won't really discuss her mom's side, past her mom and the missing names and the using the incorrect Swedish terms and the fact that there aren't any pictures of really her parents' face. And on that note, there is one video that exists that people speculate might
I'm doing good, Zero Smoke, but I will be doing a lot better if we hit that goal, guys. I understand I stopped putting a goal on YouTube. I just don't, I forget to or something. But that doesn't mean there's not a goal. It's right there.
her grandparents, and it's on screen now. In any case, though, it does make it increase.
Here, I'll make a goal. I'll make a goal. There you go. Goal. There you go.
Increasingly difficult to trace her. But digressing again, we go through all of this family history to say that this is very possibly Erica Kirk's ancestry. And if we consider just how terrible these people are and the things they've been up to, including political manipulation, if Erica Kirk is related to them,
682 super chatted $2. Fine. Here.
Not like that. Not like that, Austin. Here's your sound. Oh, you can't hear it. Hold on.
That would be an insane link that would really throw a wrench in her story. And I think it would be enough.
Nice. Here we go. Here we go. Here's your sound, Metal.
It's someone say go.
Thank you, Ming.
For people to go, hold on, wait a minute. And I suspect that's why we won't officially know unless someone out there, one of you guys, can find that missing
what
link
the heck
for us,
was that?
For which I'd be so grateful. But something else interesting is still worth noting. We might not know Erica's exact family lineage.
Okay, some of you aren't noticing when I'm being facetious. I was being facetious. Wait, you're being facetious? There's too many layers of irony. All right, mask off. Too many layers of irony. Israel killed Charlie Kirk. Back to our scheduled programming.
Suffered. What is your problem? Just that, sir.
But, presuming that they are Rothsteins, it's rather strange then that Rothstein shares family ties to another family, another prominent Jewish family that has been the center of many theories for hundreds of years and has been involved in everything from currency manipulation to economic crashes and to assassinations and everything in between. And that family would be the Rothschilds. Indeed, I was rather surprised to see that the two families are related, and pretty directly, because all I had to do was scroll over to the side and boom, there it was. The Rothsteins and the Rothschilds, two infamous crime families connected right next to one another. Who knows?
Ironicratic?
Ironcratic no super chatted $3.48. Stop being ironicratic.
I'm sorry. I don't even know when I'm being ironic. I don't know. I just know now I'm saying something, but I'm saying it facetiously. And now I'm saying something and I'm saying it real. But I don't know.
$5. Tell them.
Here's your sound, Myron Chuck. And Jason doesn't get a sound. He gets a rap. I was making jokes about faking blokes out here taking notes on how to play the scapegoat. They make folks like us infuriated, calling us conspiracy theorists because we made it. I'm so jaded. Foot on the gas. Hear these niggas yapping and I just drive past. I'm the last in line. And I'ma cross it. CrossFit. Zero Smoke, what do you think? Rap?
Who knows? Maybe this is all just one giant coincidence wrapped in a coincidence, taped in a rigmarole. But I really don't believe in those. And I'm not comfortable just saying things are just a coincidence. I think that's a lazy excuse when too many facts start presenting themselves. And so I will leave it on this note. I firmly believe that what looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck is probably a duck.
What do you mean circumstantial? You mean Ninja Spades, help me out. Circumstantial, no evidence, nothing counts as evidence. My idea of what evidence is moves whenever I need it to. Help me out. What words am I trying to say? Hearsay, speculative. It's nothing. Guys, now I'm doing the thing where I'm being facetious. Should I put a chart up? Here, I'll make a sign. It'll help me actually. I'll do here. I'll do it like this. Like I don't know. I'll set it up later. I'll set up like a thing. It's like he's joking. He's not joking. Because it goes fast. It goes fast. But that's how I get away with it all. That's how I get away with it all. Is they can't tell when when it's satire and when it isn't. You know, AI is stupid. They can't tell. Arbitrary, nice. Subjective, nice. Coincidental, exactly this. Ninja of Spades, thank you. Thank you. Ninja of Spades, don't you mean ninja of neutered? That's a full ha-ha. Oops, and now I typed HH into YouTube. Okay. Well, you know, since we're here, it's a yay song. Not watching it. You know, I've never listened to that song or watched the video. Immaterial to the case at hand. Yeah, exactly. And the case at hand is, it was a leftist. Left-right paradigm. Oh, do I have to tell you that this is the joking part? Begin joke now. Inconsequential, immaterial. Government narrative is the true narrative, as it always is. Budweiser's cool because Shane Gillis drinks it. Erica Kirk is a grieving widow. Republican versus Democrat. Joke over. You've heard the song? Have you heard the new song? There's a new song on the radio. It goes... I'm Jewish, but I'm not like these Zionist Israelis. And the hook goes, these Israeli Zionists make us all look bad. And the bridge fade out goes, it's causing a 200% increase in anti-Semitism. Look, I don't know. You can't come here if you don't know what I'm doing. I can't explain what I'm doing over here. But if you don't get it, just don't watch. I can't explain it. Some people get it, some people don't. If you don't get it, that's fine, man. There's new YouTubers every day. Long story short, this is the broccoli episode. Yeah, scrush the yike, subscribe, member up, hit the goal. Y'all know what it is. Well, we 3 of 10 on the YouTube goal. What else? What else is going on? I got a freaking headache. I've made my point. Can you imagine how much the innocent ones will suffer because of this witch hunt? The idea is... That's why I want to shine a light on it. I want to shine a light on the absolute insanity of the Jewsburg. I miss Frog. You remember Frog? That's true. Can we do music? I know I lose half my audience when I start just hanging out and playing music, but bye, guys. It's time for that. Or maybe I don't. Let's look. What are the numbers? I hate looking at the numbers. What are the numbers today? Dang, I'm killing it. 110 viewers? Yo, I must be getting famous, man. Who knew broccoli? Who knew a broccoli-based show would be so popular? I'm here for both the music and the sass. Yeah, they call me Sassy Pants. No, they call me Swarm Pants. I'm not sassy. From NPC Studios in New York City, it's Late Night with Swarm Pants. Tonight, actor John Travolta, comedian Janine Garofalo, and music from Hello Listener. And now, here's Swarm Pants. It's a hell simulation. 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 Tango. I'm trying to figure out where I can put this song. Engage the world, 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 engage the world. I'm knowing I'm no one, I'm no one, I'm no one, I'm no one.
Precessional Ages tipped $1. I don't trust the government either, or the political system, but should we ignore our current voting system?
I'm not the one to ask. I'm not the one to ask. Because here's what I do. I make huge tirades about how stupid voting is and how it's just a dumb trick to offset the blame onto the people. Basically, voting is a trick. It's made so that you feel responsible for what they're doing to you. But it has no, your votes mean nothing. Your votes mean nothing. The people who become president, the people who become leaders are the people who get funded, right? And then what happens is everything that happens gets blamed on you for either voting for the wrong person or not voting when you should have voted, you know? And then it's just another horrible psyop. But here's the thing. I say that and then I vote again because I'm retarded. I'm going to really try not to this time, though. Engage with the world, engage with the world. 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 I'm no one, I'm
Big
no
back
one.
athletics.
I'm
Big
no
back.
one, I'm no one. I'm no one, I'm no one. I'm no one, I'm no one. Engage with the world, engage with the world. 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 I'm no one, I'm no one. Very good, very valid, very valid. I think you're also being feces-ish, right? I was being facetious, but I think Ninja of Spades is being feces-ish. And what he's saying is opposite. He's saying if you don't vote, then you're being, what? You're doing nothing, right? Every prayer is a vote. I'm no one. I'm no one. I'm no one. I'm no one. I'm nobody. Let your monster shine down. Let your monster shine down on me. Let your monster shine down on me. Let your monster shine down on me. Atmosphere feels like a saw blade shearing. Imagine that cold blade stealing, like a dentist drilling, that I don't like hearing. Atmosphere feels like a saw blade shearing. Imagine that cold blade stealing, like a dentist drilling, that I don't like hearing. My life belongs to you. My life belongs to you. My life belongs to you. The name of the song, I think, is going to be My Life Belongs to You, maybe, but I still haven't named it, and I'm trying to release it, but I can't find where it fits on this album, which is which is 2 hours long. I have it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, somewhere near 30 songs on it. And I can't find a place for this one. And I've been looking, but it's hard because you got to listen to every single connection and see. So that's what I'll do now. Yeah, it worked last time, Dangerous Loaf of Bread. We voted for Republicans, and then all of the open borders ended, right? And then all the illegals got kicked out, right? And now all the CEOs of all the tech companies are Indian. Those are legals. Track 14. Okay, I'm going to go with that. Honestly, I'm going with what Alex just said. Good enough. Let's see. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I could probably put it before track 14, actually. Yeah, I could put it before track 14. Yeah, that might work. Let's give it a shot.
Playtime's over, don't make me repeat myself. I don't rap, I'm just hoping that it helps. I know where the line in the sand is and no one else. I do all of it myself, Rachel gun them till they melt. Bang. 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 Everybody shot when bang.
Yeah, normally when people make double albums, it's full of filler. But I'm making a double album because I have too many incredible songs to release, and this is just a small handful of them. Because I'm the greatest artist of my generation. No cap, for real. That might work. Hold on. Not quite there. Stop moving. I want the end of Rachel Gunn to extend further, that echo. It cuts off too early. Dang it. But I think this will work. I will buy the songs of the Green Man. I will buy the songs of the Green Man. I will vote for him for Neo-Byzantium. I will follow the Tsar into battle. I will buy a Neo-Byzantium flag. I will become a member. I will be Tony's real-life friend. What's missing? Dang, that's a lot. Don't worry about it. All right.
If you don't know what I'm doing, maybe you should stop moving.
Where'd the echo go? What? I don't get it. Why was there no echo?
If you don't know what I'm doing, maybe you should stop moving.
What the heck? Yo, that's crazy. That's an echo right here that goes the whole time. That's lit. That echo at the end is from the beginning of the last section. Okay. Well, I can just extend that. Would that be bad? Let me see. All right, there we go. I will make it home so I don't poop my pants. Oh, man. That's relatable. And don't tell me it isn't. Everyone has had that moment where they're like, I will make it home. I will make it home. I won't poop my pants in front of somebody's ring cam while walking my dog. I will not mid-stride suddenly seize up in front of someone's ring cam and crap my pants and then see it on the neighbor's app that night. I will not. I will make it home. Aw, Q-tard. Aw, Q-tard. One's in chat if you pooped yourself, and then immediately... That's funny. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. One's in chat if you pooped yourself, and then he says one, and then no one else says one. No one else responds. That's great. Oh, well... Now, okay. All right. That's good too. I thought I converted it. Didn't I convert it? Yeah, I did. So what's the deal? All right. That's really good. Thank you, Alex. All right, but now I have to, hopefully, Shooting Stars will follow it well. Kind of a huge tonal shift, but I'm not necessarily against that. Wait, something's all messed up. What happened? Oh, Bullet. What happened to Bullet? All right, we'll just... I know where Bullet belongs. I don't know what happened there. That's so perfect. Okay, we got ourselves an album. Did we hit the goal? Did that goal die in the water? Ouch! Here, I'll put the tip thing up here. Sorry, that physically hurt me. So we're not doing that again. Just use the tip thing. It should be pinned. Is it pinned? Is it pinned? All right. Evil words I say, even though I know the truth. If you can't bite the bullet, then what will you do? Where will you turn when it burns? When they come in to get you. If you can't bite the bullet, then what will you do? Who will you trust when you don't trust yourself to be careful? I got a sinking suspicion that I am here on a mission. Here comes the smell of guts, perfume all over. If you can't bite the bullet, then what will you do? Where will you turn when it burns? When they come in. Another thing that's good to remember is that Charlie Kirk was adamantly against war with Iran and even advised Trump in 2025 against war with Iran, and then he died, and then we immediately went into war with Iran, but that's circumstantial. And you're a brap hog, okay? And you smell. Who will you trust when you don't trust yourself to be careful? And we should check real quick, because I don't know. I don't know. Hey, is TPUSA currently in support of the Iran war?
As of now, right now, there's no clear evidence that Turning Point USA has officially endorsed a war with Iran. They've been publishing some hawkish language, but they haven't formally called for military action. Their rhetoric does seem to be shifting towards a more pro-intervention stance, especially as support for action against Iran grows among some Republicans, but it's still ambiguous.
You know we're in war with Iran, right?
There isn't. The US and Israel have launched large-scale airstrikes on Iran since late February 2026, targeting military and infrastructure sites. In response, Iran has carried out missile and drone attacks on US bases, Israeli territory, and regional allies. Though the US is claiming it's not seeking a formal war declaration, the situation is a major active conflict, with significant global ripple effects on oil shipping and energy markets.
So don't call it a war and it's not war, right?
Yeah, that's a good distinction. It's definitely a conflict and it's escalating, but as of now, there's no formal war declaration. The situation is still being described as a serious escalation or a regional conflict, but not a declared war between the US and Iran.
And is TPUSA in support of these military operations that aren't war?
Turning Point USA has historically been cautious about deep US military involvement in Iran, with founder Charlie Kirk calling regime change a messy, risky war. However, there are signs that TPUSA's tone is shifting, as they recently polled their audience on whether the US should go to war with Iran. For now, they haven't formally endorsed military action, but their stance is becoming less clear and more open to intervention under certain conditions.
Here's some brat fuel. Thanks, dude.
253 Monty super chatted $5. Here's some brat fuel.
I have a feeling that it's a little more clear than ChatGPT is laying on. And I bet if I did a cursory search, I could find some clips to the effect. But yes, it's becoming, TPUSA has become a lot more hawkish. What did ChatGPT say? TPUSA, their rhetoric does seem to be shifting towards a more pro-intervention stance, especially as support for action against Iran grows. Cool. They've been publishing some hawkish language. Okay. I'm sure it's nothing. Circumstantial, for sure. Here's your sound.
Time to get serious.
Dang, thank you. Who did that? Who did that? Thank you, Pharmacat. On that ball, thank you, man. Here's your sound. Boy, oh boy, what a day. Okay, here's something.
We're willing to provide. I know we at Daily Wire, we trust you at TPUSA to do it. I mean, that's really the answer. We're willing to.
Here's the Charlie Kirk show. Starring Ben Shapiro, I guess? I don't know.
Unhipbone tipped $4.20.
Kind of an interesting turn of events. But again, you're a conspiratard brat hog.
To provide, and we are.
It's the Charlie Kirk show with your host, the Ben Shapiro show.
Providing any level of material support, any level of support on the program. We at Daily Wire, we trust you at TPUSA to do it. I mean, that's really the answer. We're willing to provide, and we are providing any level of material support, any level of support on the program, boots on the ground, helping you to do what Charlie would have wanted to be done here.
Wow. Wow, dude. Wow, dude. Charlie was expressly against this, actually.
And I think that the reason that everybody trusted Charlie, the reason we're all mourning Charlie, is because nobody did it better. You spelled out two of Charlie's goals. You said, he wanted to bring people back to Christ and bring people back to church and back to biblical values, and he wanted to keep the MAGA coalition together.
Yo, he almost didn't even cringe when he said Christ. Hold on.
Because nobody did it better. You spelled out two of Charlie's goals. You said, he wanted to bring people back to Christ.
He had to swallow real quick.
Tipped $4.20.
Again, or was that the same? Yeah, that you did it twice? No.
And bring people back to church and back to biblical values. And he wanted to keep the MAGA coalition together.
And expand it.
So he's not hosting. But here, real quick, let's hear what the host has to say of TPUSA, of the Charlie Kirk show, starring, I don't know who. Not Charlie.
And the question is how you do that. And the answer is you focus on the first, and the second is a byproduct. Okay, the answer is that, as Matt says, you have to unite around something. And yeah, we can unite in the short term around the fact that there are a bunch of people who hate our guts and want.
I love that. I love his stable of Catholics that nod at every word he says. What was that about Epstein living in the Vatican? What the heck is that all about? That's weird. That's circumstantial, meaningless, conspiratorial garbage, right?
Murder us, which of course is true. But long-term unity, big movement change, which is what Charlie was really trying to drive, and why he went to talk to people who disagree, is about building around those core values.
It's so convenient that Charlie's dead because now Ben Shapiro can say what he meant. Now that Charlie's dead, we can have Ben Shapiro on to say what Charlie would have said or meant to say or meant in when he talked and the subtext. It's, I don't know. It's nice.
And so the long-term vision, yeah, we'll have our petty squabbles, and yeah, some of those squabbles will be more than petty, but the long-term vision has to be built around those original biblical conservative values that Charlie stood for, things like the Bible, things like free markets, things like family, all those things are things Charlie stood for. You got to build the coalition.
Free market is old school biblical value? Is free market old? Is it? That's news to me. I don't remember that. Is free market a biblical value?
That's a really interesting question. The Bible doesn't explicitly endorse modern economic systems like a free market, but it does talk a lot about principles like honesty in trade, justice, caring for the poor, and avoiding greed. So people can interpret biblical values differently. Some see a free market as a natural outgrowth of personal responsibility, while others emphasize collective care and justice as priorities.
Is usury a biblical value?
Ah, yes, usury. That's a big one. In the Bible, usury, which is basically charging excessive interest on loans, is often condemned. For example, in the Old Testament, there are laws against charging interest to fellow Israelites. So while the Bible doesn't lay down a single economic model, it definitely warns against exploitative lending practices.
Well, that was anti-Semitic.
Around values, because we can't build it around the man, but we can build it around the values that he left behind. And that
Gorilla, do not start, dude. Do not start. We've been doing good.
Life fighting for, and we couldn't be, frankly, more honored to join you guys as much as we can in the fight.
Thank you for that, and thank you for donating the Daily Wire $1 million.
Christopher Scott super chatted $5. Hey, Big Tony, saluting face emoji.
That's so crazy. Why would Daily Wire donate $1 billion? I thought all the Zionist donors were pulling out because of Charlie's rhetoric. Thank you, Christopher Scott. Here's your sound. All right.
Breaking news on this show. Thank you guys for honoring Charlie so well today. God bless you.
Oh, empty chair. Like with the Pope. Like with the those people. TPUSA caught using old footage about Charlie's last position on Iran war. TPUSA was community noted as it posted an old video of Charlie Kirk on Iran trying to pass it off as a newer pro-war position. Are you serious? Okay, look, do I gotta spell it out? Are we circumstantial enough? Is it hearsay enough? What do you want? Look, I'm just a conspiratard brap hog from the Middle East, you know? What do I know? By Middle East, I mean Jersey. It's kind of in the middle of the East. Gee whiz, Ozzy.
At Ozzel_O super chatted $4.99. Tony, I trusted a fart and it turned out to be pretty Jewish.
Thanks, Ozzy. Here's just something's not working with the sounds, Ozzy. What the heck? Let me try again. Thank you, Ozzy. Here's your sound. Wait. I don't know what's going on, buddy. I'll get you next time around. Super chat again. I'll get you on the next one. It just stopped working, dude. I don't know what to tell you. No one, Blood Logos. It's not directed at anyone. I operate in a vacuum. Today's show is about nothing in particular. I don't want to be green anymore. I'm operating a vacuum. Oh, the orb is back. Guys, can somebody tweet Sam Shamoon the orb is back? Let me see what's going on here. What do you think it means? What is it trying to tell me? Let me put it to my ear. Budweiser's cool now. Shane Gillis drinks. Oh. What a petty orb. Yeah, what's the orb telling me? Wait, hold on. It's an orb. What's it telling me? It's telling me that I was joking and I didn't mean it. And I'm just a stupid YouTuber. And I was playing the character. And this was all satire. and it'll never happen again? All right. We're 3 away from the goal. You want to hear what I made last night? It's not great, but I like it. It's not great, but I like it. It's called cloynes. I think there's something special going on here. It's okay if you don't. It's long and drawn out. Here we go. 3 away from the goal. If you want to stop, you have to hit the goal. Thank you. Yeah, this is how my father dressed. I don't know. I could see the advantages. I'm 42. I'm putting away the Jinkos. I don't wear shorts. Oh, I see. My bad. Make it stop. That didn't pop up, ham side. That's the goal. I was hanging out late with work last night and I had a couple drinks. I loosened up my tie because I knew it was time for me to dance. And everybody gathered around because they knew that I had the moves. And I got real excited knowing that I was going to impress all of you with my moves. I'm a businessman. Just now. Weeboo's right. All right. Did I stream every day this week? I did a members only stream in the middle of the night last night. Whew. Feel sick as a dog, but I still got choir practice. Choir practice. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get out of here. Sorry, I don't have the thing up over here. I have it over here.
Hamside tipped $13.37. Dang, this song is totally brazzers.
Ignore that. Don't worry about that. Thank you, Hamside.
Austin D'Italio 6,682 super chatted $2.
Here, thank you, Hamside. Here's your sound. And here's your sound, Austin. Thank you,
Processional Ages tipped $1. Up.
Here's your sound, Processional Ages.
Rising Fire.
Is that what you say after you do that? All right. I think I did pretty good today. Turns out I could pull a stream out of my, out of my butt. Tony, will you go to court with me, like, as a lawyer?
Super chatted $1.99. Tony, will you go to court with me, like, as a lawyer?
Yeah, I would love to try and do that. Jimmy, can we set up a court scene for tomorrow? I want to try and be a lawyer. That was your sound. I'll be like, circumstantial, no evidence, retracted, prolapsed. Anti-Semitic. Tookus, that's good. Tookus. Turns out I can pull a stream out of my Tookus, so tune in, because I never miss. Thank you to everybody who showed up. Thank you for everybody who showed out. Thank you for everybody that showed generosity, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. If you're not Orthodox, become Orthodox. If you are Orthodox, go to church. And now's the time where I talk over everybody's favorite song, while I see who I'm going to raid. Ooh, it's a big raid. There's 80 of you. When you go to this place, be sure to tell them that Tony sent you, and they're gonna be so impressed by how many of you there are. Very exciting. All right. Who are we raiding? Chris Lestrange, Fearless Truth, Ancient Faith. It'd be crazy if we... Who should we raid?
Next time that you see me, don't. Next time that they see me, they won't. Next time that you see me, don't. Next time that they see me, they won't. Next time that you see me,
it'd be kind of crazy if Ancient Faith became aware of us.
Next time that you see me,
no, we're doing Chris Lestrange.
next time that they see me, they won't.
Ben Shapiro's live? Really? No, we're rating Chris. Ancient Faith is a podcast with Father Stephen D. Young. Yeah, I know. All right. Good night, guys.